Are we on? Are we on? Good evening, guys. How you doing? Nice to see you in. Over 100 straight in. That's what I like to see. Okay, got lots and lots lined up for you this evening. It's good. It should be a good stream tonight. I've got lots of competitions. I won't tell you what I've got. We'll get into it later. We'll just say hello to everyone. Mazza, let me just check a message. Yeah, right. I'm not going to put your message up. Let me say, okay, Mazza, I'm just going to say happy birthday to you, mate, because you're 39 a few days ago. And in my books, you're a young man because I'm 62. I wish I was 39 again. I know your birthday was a few days ago. You did let me know. I hope you had a good one. So this is a shout out for you. Thanks for being a contributor. You've been in the stream every week. I have every week for a long, long time. I have noticed. So happy birthday to you, mate. And while I'm doing the shout out, so I'm going to say a big shout out to Noel in Birmingham. I know he'll be watching. I'll say hi to Bob, who's in London. Hi to Geezer, who I spoke to in the week. And I want to just say quickly hi to one or two new members, and it really is one or two. It's there we go. I'll put that up on screen. Big shout goes out to Nick T, TGC, who was a member, but he's upgraded to gold. So thanks to you guys. And once again, Mazza, I hope you had a good one. All right, so let's start as we mean to go on. Okay, who we got in? Who else we got? Martin Ryder, Evening Shaggers. Yeah, that's you. Shinrana, hi. Clive, how you doing? A bit late saying hello to you last week, so I'm getting in early tonight. Boohoo, yeah, you got the drinks lined up. Good man. I got the oldie beer lined up for later on. Guideline 7, how you doing? Martin McCormack, yeah, hi. Good to see you. Guns and Pleb, I hope everyone's day has gone better than mine. Oh dear, what's happened? Real Rennie, good evening, Peter and everybody from a sunny Copacabana. Okay, yeah, but very exotic, very exotic. Nice to have you in the stream. Jolly Fox, how you doing? To be, not to be. Evening, Lord Monger Peter. Let me just say a big hi straight in there. I got a super chat. That's very kind of you. That's Peter. Peter Caps up. Peter, I just ordered your book along with a novel, Private Dancer, from Amazon. I look forward to reading both, and will be sure to give you a good review since I enjoy your Saturday morning stories. Okay, look, Peter, first off, thanks for the super chat. Let me just tell you, Private Dancer is a far more superior book than mine because it's written by a professional author. It's based on a true story. All the names have been changed, but I know who he's talking about, which bars he's talking about. I've read it twice, and I recently read it. I've got it on the shelf there behind me, but I can't grab it because of my microphone. If you do buy my book, there are some reviews up there already. So far, I've had some quite good reviews. It's just a collection of 30 stories, something to read while you're sitting on the toilet or on the aeroplane or waiting for the aeroplane even. But thanks again for that super chat. Okay, what's happening to the picture now? Look, we're just starting. I've gone all fuzzy. Let's hope that sorts itself out. Right, let's carry on where we were. Pete Bailey, good evening. Yeah, FVDV, is it? I'm a monger from Durham. Sorry, Durham. Yeah. Well, we'll have the Monga minute a little bit later on in the stream. Hey then, hello, all you naughty fumblers. Hi, Peter. I note that the latest live stream isn't put out at the head of the list, but one really has to look for it. Maybe make it a bit more noticeable. I can't. It's funny enough. Frankel was talking to me about that. Frankel's in the back doing the moderating, and he was talking to me about that. But you can't really do anything about it because when I set the stream up, because a lot of guys will just go live and start talking. That's all they'll do. They'll talk to. They do whichever way they want. But I do a different way. See, I prepare a lot of competitions, pictures, videos, and that. And to do that, I need to have time in the week to set it up. So what happens is I set this stream up. I set it up as a scheduled stream, and I tell it this will be published at 9 p.m. on Friday the 24th. So what YouTube do, they kind of hold it back. I can't see it. I can only see the thumbnail from my end. And then about half an hour before the stream goes out, they send it out to everybody who subscribed. There's no way to get around it. It's really annoying because it annoys me as well. I would much rather be able to, people could find it more easier, but my hands are tied by YouTube. Look, while I've got 200 in, I just want to say something really quick. You've heard me talking about Damon before. Damon's a long time member and viewer of Thailand Bound. He's in the stream most weeks. He's in every stream, actually, Damon. Bit of a lad. But I spoke to him several times on the phone. We've become friends now. Now, there's a few of you out there, especially the fake Ed Sweeney. I see you're in tonight. A while back, Damon did a clip where he did a takeoff of Ed Sweeney. So, if you watch Ed Sweeney's Ed Sweeney's streams, especially when he's in the UK on a Wednesday night, his regular Wednesday night one, what he'd do is squeaky door would go. He'd come out with a pork pie, he'd take a bite, and he'd make all these noises. You know, good God, that's all, you know, and he'd be banging his can against getting every drop. So Damon did a takeoff of that. He actually took it off, and I couldn't find it. And the fake Ed Sweeney said, look, why don't you show it? So what I did, I turned it into a little movie, and I said to Damon, look, I'll put it up on the stream. He was a bit nervous, you know. And I actually wrote to Ed. He's in, you know, he's in, what do you call it? I forgot the name of the country. Not Bulgaria. Christ almighty. I was just talking to him a while ago. Romania. So Ed's in Romania at the moment. And I actually sent him a message. I said, look, Ed, Damon's done a takeoff of you with your pork pies. It's just for fun. If you don't want me to put it on the stream, I won't bother. But if it's okay, I'd like to do it because I think it'll be a lot of fun. So I turned it into a little movie just for fun. So look, guys, I'm not sure it's here. If enough of you want to see it, let me know now. Just put a little comment and say, yes, show it. And I'll show it in about half an hour or so. If not too many people are interested, I'll just leave it in the background there. But it is, I thought it came out quite well, quite funny. And we'll see how what you guys say. Right, okay, let's carry on. Okay, Mike, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you in live. You haven't been in for live for a while. Evening, Peter. Evening, all. Nice to be back to join the stream. You're in Thailand, weren't you? But would, of course, rather be in Thailand. Hope it's a good one. It's always a good one, Mike. Always a good one. Look, I tell you what, guys, I'm not going to do 4 hours anymore. I promised myself, as much as I enjoy doing them, they go on and on and on. I watched it last week, and I'm okay up to 3 hours. After 3 hours, I start to slur a little bit, and that's not good. I'm not saying I'll go for 3 hours. It might only be 2 hours, but we'll see. Harold, how you doing, mate? Evening, my lord. Looking forward to another few hours good entertainment. Thank you, Harold. Asif Sheikh, I know I always get your name wrong. How you doing? Handsome Peter. Yeah, absolutely right. You got good glasses on. Martin Ryder, she should take the bikini back to the shops. It does not fit her. Probably shrunk in the wash, to be fair. Martin Ryder, or is it a ladyboy? No, it's absolutely a famous. She's actually American. She's actually American, that girl. She's a famous model, actually. Yeah, look, the fake head Sweeney. There's his message. They say, fake head here. Any luck with Damon's pork pie video? Inquiring minds wants to know. Well, I have found it, and I've turned it into a mini movie. But let's see what others say. You know, it might not be for everyone. Yeah, put that up there. Thank you, Asif. Absolutely. Yeah, Martin Ryder, Eddie vlog from Bucharest. I haven't watched it. I'll probably watch it Sunday afternoon when I got my feet up. Let's explore Bangkok. How you doing? Good evening. Looking forward to tonight. Yeah, great. I'm going to whiz through these now. Owners P, good evening, Peter and guys. 8 days till Bangkok for me, counting down. Leeds, good evening, Peter. Gary Russell. Did you mean to put it twice? Is that like a mishap? But anyway, I'll call you Gary Russell because it says Russell twice. How you doing? Paul Shackleton, hi. Hello, Peter and all. Great video last weekend. I was expecting to learn a lot, but please. All right, you're let me put that up there. You're talking about my 30 tips for guys who haven't been to Thailand, but it wasn't actually for mongers. It was generally for like couples and you know, regular people, as it were. But I kind of came unstuck a little bit. Believe it or not, I've actually come up with another 30 for this Sunday, and a lot of the ones from this Sunday, the volume 2 that's going out this Sunday. A lot of them are kind of things that were related to what's in volume 1, the 30 tips, but I kind of forgot things. But do you know what? I've done 60 tips now, and I can't believe the biggest, most helpful tip that would help everybody, especially you guys, because I know you stay in these little hotels like I do. And it's the best tip I could ever give you. And I absolutely forgot to put it in the volume 1 and volume 2. All right, amazing. Damon. Yeah, hello. I'm just joking. I'm going to tell you because you're like, well, what is it then? No, what it is, right? You know, when you want to leave a mobile phone plugged in, you want to charge it or your laptop, whatever. So when you take your key card, most hotels, they have like a credit card goes in. When you leave the room, you take your key card and the electric goes off, doesn't it? Top tip, guys. Somebody told me about this recently, actually, only about 3 months. Was it about a year ago, actually? Have you ever realized, think about it logically, the fridge has to stay on, doesn't it? So when you take your key card out, all the electrics go off in the room, but the fridge can't go off. They have to keep the fridge on, else it'd be a disaster. So what you do, when you're checking, get yourself an adapter plug, right? Pull the fridge out. Normally, in a lot of hotels now, you've got those big full-size fridges. They're on wheels. They're dead easy. But whatever, even if it's a little fridge, pull it out, put your adapter in, put a mains cable with all your slots in there. When you take your key card out, voila, you've got electric. And that's what I do sometimes, because I do a lot of filming on my phone and it takes a lot of the battery's resources. And what will happen sometime, I'll be out in the daytime I come back to the room, maybe lunchtime. I look at my phone. I think, oh, I'm nearly out of power. And I think, well, I've got nothing to film. I'm going to film tonight, later in about 5 hours. I want to go out now, go to a mall or something. I don't need my phone, and I'll plug it in and it'll be on full charge when I get back. But I didn't add that into the tips. Something else I want to tell you. I kind of come unstuck a little bit because on one of the points I said, don't do drugs when you're in Thailand. It's very, very harsh. And I ended it by saying, don't even light up a joint. And I had a load of people jump on me and say, oh yeah, but they've legalized it now. You're wrong. And, you know, you don't know what you're talking about, sort of thing. And, you know, look, the thing is, guys, with the drugs, there's things you've got to understand about it. Thailand is not going to be the new Amsterdam anytime soon. It's not like you can walk down the street, you know, puffing a joint. You try rolling one in front of a cop on Sukhumvit Road and see what happens. But just look, I looked into it a little bit. Let me just put this super chat up because I do want to tell people about this cannabis, because people were asking me last week and I didn't know, and I've looked into it now. Who's that? Jeff say something for the beverage fund. Thank you, Jeff. Well appreciated, and I'll be well into that beverage a little bit later on. But thanks for the super chat, mate. I really appreciate it. Okay, so look, back to this cannabis thing. So the official line on it is, smoking cannabis is legal so long as the smoke does not disturb anyone. Extracts made from cannabis that contain more than 0.2% THC. Now, I don't know what that is, but I would imagine that's a chemical that gives you a buzz, right? So that it can't have more than 0.2 THC in it, right? Are still illegal. So it's still illegal if it's got more than 0.2. Smoking cannabis only becomes a crime if somebody reports a smoker for causing a public nuisance. Smoking the plant in public places is a criminal offence, punishable by up to 3 months in prison or a 25,000 baht fine. So that makes sense. And as I said on the video last week, you know, I said all drugs are banned, you know, don't do drugs. And like I say, people jumped on me. And on the video this Sunday, at the beginning of it, my next 30 tips, I do kind of explain that again on that video. So you can kind of fast forward past that. Okay, right. Let's have a look. Where are we? Okay, you know what the big news is today, don't you? It's not really big news. There isn't a lot of big news, but from Thursday, June the 23rd, which was obviously yesterday, the wearing of face masks outdoors and in public places is no longer mandatory, and people are free to choose whether to wear one, according to an announcement published in the Royal Gazette yesterday. So if it's in the Royal Gazette, that's it. It's a done and dusted deal. But what I'd say to you guys, you know, the Thais tend to feel a little bit uncomfortable. They all wear masks most of the time. So, you know, if you're walking down Sukhumvit or you're out for an evening in the bars, okay, you don't want to wear it. It's stifling. You're sweating to your mask. It's horrible. But if you're on the Sky Train, for instance, which has a lot of Thai people in it and it's nicely air conditioned, just, you know, play the game, as it were. Put your mask on because it'll make them happier. And you're just being a bit more considerate then, aren't you? Okay. Right. I don't know where to start. I've got so much here tonight. Let's do a few more hellos. Right. Let's have a look. Who have I missed? Loads, probably. Right. Let's go right up to the top. Right. Okay. Martin Blunston, did I say hello to you? Even though it's going to be a 4-hour job, it won't be. I said this last week, but I've promised myself it won't be now. Brian Street. Hi, Brian. How you doing? Nice to see you in. Deke the Trucker, good evening. Nice to see you as well. Jam Jar Johnny, same regular crowd, isn't it? That's good. Even though I'm working, so can't be commented tonight, but have fun. Yeah, good to see you anyway. Max Veit, how you doing? Nino, hi. Wayne M, hi. Let me just put these up while I'm doing this. Somebody wrote to me in the week, and I don't know, I get some crap from people. Somebody wrote to me and said, oh, why do you put the exchange rates up there? We can go into Google and do that ourselves. And I'm like, well, do it then. Don't, you know, if you don't want to look at it, don't complain. You'd be surprised what people complain about. Look at this. Look, I like these. I wasn't going to say this, but this is just so pathetic, right? A guy wrote to me. He's got the username. This is on a video called "The Accidental Girlfriend." It's a story about Dan and Peter. That's what if you want to see that, I'm not messing up. Well, I've deleted it now. I've blocked him now because he came back with loads of shit. But he's got his YouTube channel is called Duck Fats Video, and he hasn't got a single subscriber or a single video. But this is a comment he left for me on that, The Accidental Girlfriend, Dan and Peter. He put, and he's talking about me, right? This bloke just makes these stories up for content on his channel. Not hard to do. I mean, what do you say to that? I just wrote back to him and said, Don, you found me out. I made up all those 400 stories on my YouTube channel. Would you like a refund? But, you know, unbelievable, isn't it? Right. Yours Travels, how you doing? Yes, you can't smoke it in public. No hotels or apartment owners will allow you to smoke it in their premises. So guess you're still risking rail or big bung. Absolutely, absolutely. And one guy wrote to me, he said, can I take my own from on the plane with me? You know, he was going to come through the airport with a bag of weed in his pocket. I mean, how crazy is that? I haven't seen any comments about Damon's clip yet. Do you want to see that or not? Unless I'm gone too far. Hang on. Hi, Sheila. You're in again tonight. Sheila, the semi-fan. We don't get many women in, but that's why I always give you lots of shouts out. If I find a man who could go 4 hours, I wouldn't be so bi. How's your girlfriend, Sheila? She all right? 4 hours. I've got the old Viagra in here, Sheila. I'll send you my email address. Yeah, got a box of Viagra. I'll take the whole box. I'll chuck the Viagra and just eat the box. How's that? Right. Casting tie. Yes, run it. Okay, good. That you're talking about the Ed's. I'll probably do it twice actually if I get enough people, early and late. Thanks, Sheila. Look, I don't. You know, you didn't have to do that. I do appreciate it. You're a good girl, and I don't give you a shout out so that I'm getting tongue twisted now. Let me just say thank you. It's better. So I'll put that up. What are you saying? Not here for long, but something for the movie. I've sorted work out so I can work in Thailand for 2 to 3 months. See you in December for a nice rooftop dinner. Yeah, Sheila, I'm going to take you up on this because I know you're out there quite often with your girlfriend, and I am coming out, and we've, you know, I did the video and everything, and we've talked quite a bit offline, and we should meet up. And it'll be my treat. I'll buy you and your girlfriend dinner, but we'll be on a noodle stand on the street. All right. Okay. Nick Shipman, is it Nick Shipman? You can put a plastic rewards card in the key card slot. Yeah, you know, I know. I've tried lots of things. Sometimes I've put like cardboard and stuff don't work. I don't know if they've got, isn't it just easy to plug it into the fridge? Fake Ed Sweeney. Yes, we want to see Damon's clip. There were several people a few minutes ago that said they want to see it. Let me just go down. Let me get rid of these things now, and then let me go down to the bottom. Look, guys, look, I'm going to tell you something. Hang on. Let me just find my place. You really do, don't you? You really do want to see it. Okay, look. Yeah, Archie says play it. Gary says show it. Bangkok Diaries, thanks for reading my story 2 weeks back. Yeah, Bangkok Dangerous. Yeah, no, thank you for sending it in. I owe you the thank you. Sweeney Antics from LG Sweeney Antics. Yes, show it. Damon, look, guys, I got to tell you, Damon is really, really nervous about me showing this clip, right? I've been saying to him for the last 3 days, look, Damon, if people want to see it, he's like, oh, they'll leave bad comments and all this. I said, they won't. The guys who come in this stream, it's the same guys every week for the most part. We're all in it for the same thing. It's just a laugh. What would we be doing? Sitting watching Netflix, right? If I show it in a minute, do me a favor, right? I never ask you for a favor. Do me a favor. Give him a pat on the back. Just say, well done, Damon, or you liked it or whatever. If you don't like it, you don't have to say anything. But he's really nervous, and I'm going to put him out of his misery in a minute. He's probably sitting at, he probably can't even pour his beer at the moment. Right, you ready, Damon? It's coming in a minute. Okay, let me get the last comment that I read out. Brandit, why do Brits enjoy... Yeah, okay, so let's get rid of Brandon because that... Why would you say something like that, Brandon? That's a very stupid thing to say. I won't block you, but maybe you didn't mean it in such a serious way. But, you know, if you want to come in here and leave comments, do it. You know, no problem at all. If you want to say, criticize me, that's fine. But that is a generalization, and it's a stupid thing to write. It really is. I'll leave that there so you guys can have a look at it. Brandon, 907. Right, Dutch Frank. Hi, oh, hi, Dutch Frank. John Paul, it is only me, but the video quality is very poor. It comes and goes. You know, it's the same story. I'm not going to talk about it all night. Try and stick with it. I'm looking at what you guys are looking at here, and it looks okay to me, as long as you can hear me and see me. Right. Still talking about Damon's clip. Simon Goodison, yes. Gemini Star. Paul Shackleton says show it. Rob, how you doing? Yep, show it. Guns and Black. Yeah, everyone's saying show it. Rumble, we're going to show it, guys. Andy Baker, definitely show it. Asif says put it up. But right, guys. Let the camera roll, Brian. We're going to do it, mate. We're going to do it. Right. Okay. This is Brian. This is Damon's debut. Now, let me build it up. Let me find it first. There it is. Right. Now, once again, right, if you've just joined us, Damon's a long-time viewer to the channel. He's a gold member, one of my first members. If you watch Ed Sweeney, if you don't watch Ed Sweeney, if you've never seen his streams, you won't understand this. You won't get it. If you watch Ed Sweeney's streams when he goes for his pork pies, you'll understand this. Now, Damien sent the clip. I've edited it. I put a bit of music in it. I've tried to make it fun. I'm going to show you this now, right? I think it's great. See what you guys think of it.
Are we live? Who's in the chat? Thailand bound. What's he say? What's he say? What have you got for your dinner tonight? Well, tonight I have the Aldi 199 shepherd's pie special. And I've got a sneaky feeling I'm really going to enjoy this. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at that. Let's have a little go. Oh, God Almighty. Let's have a let's do it again. Let's try it again. Wash it down with a bit of this. Oh, bloody lovely stuff. Oh, let's get a little bit of a top up on that. The old Kronenberg. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, fucking.
There you go. You know, Damien, I'm sure you went to the Ringo Starr School of Acting, but that was great, mate. Thanks for doing that. I think from the comments, people really enjoyed it. I mean, I'm getting flushed just watching it, but it came out really well. It was a good laugh. Look, we're only half an hour into the stream. I'll put that on again right at the end. Damien will be in bed because he's working tomorrow. Did you like that, guys? Was that a good laugh? Yeah, I think it was funny. And just, you know, if you've just joined us, I will say again, I did contact Ed and I did say to him, look, you know, do you mind? And Ed was a good sport. He said, yeah, no problem. I like a good laugh. And I'm sure when Ed watches that, he'll be, you know, laughing his brains out. I mean, it was quite funny. Okay. I hope you're happy now, the fake Ed Sweeney. You started all this off, didn't you? Okay. Some serious stuff coming up again. Right, Martin McCormack. Peter, I saw a ticket to Bangkok, 14th of September, 3rd of October, 399, Manchester to Bangkok via, yes, to Saudi. What do you reckon? Yeah, I mean, the price is absolutely good, isn't it? But like I keep saying, I don't want to stop. I want to do direct flight. I still can't stop thinking about that video. Right, okay, let's do some more fun stuff. Should we do the Monga Minute? We'll get that out of the way. Let's do the Monga Minute. Okay, there'll be more of that next week. I'll just put that up there. Guns and Pleb. Oh no, here we go with the marijuana discussions. Are you going to lecture me, Peter? No, definitely not. I'm definitely not going to lecture you. Right, John Hobson. Only key card. She's not having one. All right. Damon, right, what are you saying there? Damon, I always put my AA card into the key slot in the room. The room is always cool when getting back and phone fully charged. Yeah, I mean, you can do that, but it's just, I just wanted to let you know about that fridge thing because sometimes it's just helpful to know, isn't it? Stephen says alcohol is technically a drug. Yeah, so is cigarettes. Yeah, good luck with that one. Let us know how you get on. Right. Right, Matthew Cartwright, how are you doing? Good to see you in as well. Right, Paul Shackleton, question. If you smoke normal roll-ups, will you still get targeted by the old bill? Well, I don't think they'll target you, will they? I mean, they're obviously, I mean, weed is so strong, isn't it? The smell of it. And even if they did, what could they do? Because you're not smoking it. You've got a cigarette, haven't you? Right, David M, but don't throw the butt on the floor because they follow you around and fine you. Okay, another super chat there. Thank you for that, Mark. A 10 spot for the Monga minute fund. Yeah, I'll do that again as well later. Yeah, I just want to talk about. Look, I got a couple of emails from. Do you remember? Do you remember on those 30 tips last Sunday, Damon? Thank you. I tried my best. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. We'll find out in a minute. I did anyway. Do you remember on the tips last Sunday? I was saying that you should try, if you can, when you're using an ATM card in Thailand, try to use one that's attached to a bank, because a lot of the people who put card readers and cameras over the ATM machines in the tourist areas, they're usually the standalone ATMs. Get a bank of them outside 7-Eleven or something. Most of the time they're okay, but like Andrew Hammond got caught out with them. They siphoned his account. He took some money out, and I think it was LK Metro, and was checking online. He could see the money coming out. So he called his bank up. But I just got a couple of interesting emails on that subject. This is from a guy called David Alexander, and it says, he wrote this to me. He says, the reason for my email is regarding your advice on only using ATMs attached to banks. During my first afternoon in Pattaya, I took your advice and went to an auto bank outside a well-known Thai bank. Additionally, this was during office hours when the bank staff were available. Having gone through the transaction to lift my maximum amount of 13,000 Thai baht, I think he means 30,000 baht there, the machine gave my card back, thankfully, then promptly switched itself off, giving me no cash. On checking my account online, I was horrified to see it had debited the amount from my bank. At least I was able to go into the bank and register my grievance. I also contacted my bank in the UK to raise an ATM dispute. The money transferred back into my account 5 days later, so all is well in the end. I'll always in future continue to use an ATM attached to a bank, and preferably during office hours. And I got this short one as well. I forgot to. This is from Dan Yeoman. He put, I was in Phuket and I used an ATM machine that was not in front of the bank, and it ate my credit card. So you couldn't go into the bank and get someone to help the ATM open up the ATM to get your card back. Always use the ATMs in front of banks during work hours if you must use an ATM. Now that's a point I hadn't thought of. My tip was like, you just go to the ATMs that are attached to banks because you're less likely to get scammed. But what I didn't realize, if it does chew up your card or whatever, you can actually, as it's a bank, you can go into the bank and say, look, I just used the ATM and it's chewed my card up, and perhaps you'll get it back there and then. So yeah, good advice from those guys. I'll remember that myself. Right, Nick T. I have said a big welcome to you, Nick. Thanks for becoming a member. So just a few weeks and you're away, Peter. Looking forward to seeing the process and your format for documenting upheaval. So, Nick, what's going on with it? It's not going to happen as quick as I thought, because I have to get rid of my house. I took my house off the market because I was going to try and keep it as an asset, raise some, because I haven't got much of a mortgage left on it now. I was trying to raise another mortgage on it and give the money to my wife, and then I was going to keep the asset with a small amount of equity in it and then build like that. But the numbers just didn't work out because you have to get something called a bridging mortgage and then change to another. It was just a nightmare, complicated, and we would have had to move out as well on a different way. So I've got a guy coming around to do a viewing tomorrow, because I've now just put the house back on the market. I've got a guy coming round tomorrow, but I'm very excited about tomorrow because the guy who's coming round, he actually said to the agent a few weeks ago, I've seen that house. oh, it's off, it's not for sale anymore. And he's actually sold his house. So he's looking for somewhere desperately. So I'm hoping this guy tomorrow will make me an offer. And I've got a little bit of leeway on the price. So if he does, then the next thing to do is to start looking for a place for my wife. And then once we get a place for her, we can do the move, maybe 3 months. Maybe by October it'll be done, but I'm sure I'll get to visit Thailand before that. Thank you, John. John Paul. Hi, Peter. How are your plans? Oh, well, I've just explained that. Yeah, thanks for the super chat. But yeah, I won't talk about that too much, but that's what's happening. Okay, let's just do a little bit more serious news before we get into the fun stuff. Right, you know about the face mask. Right, here's a story. You know, when you're on the beach in Pattaya, I know they've got to make a living, but you get these people who come along and they're selling you things, and it can get quite irritating, you know, and you get the food carts, they block all the, you know, you get these guys, they just roll up, they're all unlicensed, a lot of them anyway, and you can't get to the beach. You got to squeeze in between two sort of boiling hot plates or whatever they are. And they're cracking down on that now. And there's nothing worse. I've been on the beach in Pattaya, and I've just had a nice plate of prawns or something. I'm nodding off under the umbrellas, you know, just drop off, and some guy's shaking my shoulder. And I look up and he's got this wooden motorcycle, like toy motorcycle. And it's like, mate, I really don't want to buy that wooden motorcycle right now, you know. But this is a story taken from the Tiger. It just says, the headline is Pattaya bans local vendors from Jumtian Beach. This is about Jumtian. In April, authorities added more sand to the seaside spot to make the beach 800 meters longer. The new space was created for tourists to enjoy, but merchants, local businesses and hawkers quickly moved onto the area, setting up stalls, tables, chairs, etc., denying any access to people wanting to use a sandy area. Tourists complained to Pattaya authorities that local vendors park the food carts at the parking area along the beach and block them from accessing the beach and parking. The merchants' carts also cause traffic problems on the road. So it seems the boys in brown are actually doing something about it. It's just I'd like to see them. One thing that I know, like I've already said, I know they've got to make a living, but something that really irritates me is I'll be in a restaurant on the beach road. So, you know, a bit peckish, a bit of lunch. And I you know, it's nice to sit in the outdoor, isn't it? They bring one of those huge fans next to you, you know, and you're looking at, there's a beach and your table's here, you know, pretty girl serves you food. And you're sitting there, you're just about to tuck in, and some guy comes with a box wanting to sell you fake Rolexes, and the restaurants let them come in, and it's like, I'm just about to eat, I don't want to buy a fake Rolex, you know. And they don't know how to take no for an answer, do they? And like I keep saying, I know they got to make a living, but it's just very irritating when you're just about to have a meal. Okay, Paul says, Damien, haha, I'm intrigued to watch Same Old Sweeney now. Yeah, he's we'll have to get Damien to do something else. Damien had an idea, and I think this is a great idea. What about if I got a load of you guys, because you come in here every week, I don't know what you look like. You know, I wouldn't recognize you in the street in Thailand. You'd recognize me, but I wouldn't recognize you. How about some of you guys do a little clip on your mobile phone, not a long one like that, but I'd like to make a little compilation and show it on here. So, you know, we've got all the regulars in here, and I can see pictures on some of them. But, you know, maybe you could sit in your kitchen, if you drink beer, crack a beer open, pour it, and cheers, I'm in the live stream, or something like that. You know, 15 seconds. Just attach it to an email with your username for YouTube. And if I get sort of half a dozen or more, I'll make a little montage, put music on it, and I'll run it. And that should be fun, because we can see what you guys all look like. Just, you know, if you drink a wine, pour a glass of wine, cheers, and that's it. That's all I want. All right, so let's see how that goes. Adam Hills, hi. Alexander de Grant, I've seen, was it Poppycorn? You were in earlier. I don't know if you're still there. Right, Ben, how you doing? The can is the best bit. Well, that was what made it funny, you know. That's why I focused on it again, because he does, doesn't he? When Ed drinks his beer, he's tapping every last drop out of it. So Damon's actually emphasised that he's banging the hell out the can. We'll show it again right towards the end, okay? Nick Shipman says not bad. Paulie Buffalo said it was very funny. Martin Blunser says you missed a drop. Okay, Rob, look, that says it all, Damon. Look, Rob's give you the thumbs up there. Clive, McLaren F1 race, dear oh dear, Damon, laugh out loud. Ben liked it. Gemini Star, absolute natural. Yeah, he was actually really nervous. Alexander the Great, quality. Dutch Frank, Damon, I think you forgot a drop. Yeah. Leeds, brilliant, really good, pure classic. Should we do it again now? Nick Shipman, not bad. Let's run it one more time because you were sort of getting to grips with who's this guy Damon. Let me just say thank you again to a super chat there. Angel Scabell never fails me every week. Good evening, Peter. Thank you for that, Angel Scabell. And a new member there. Welcome. Let me just put you up there. Jeffrey Yamoto. Jeffrey Yamoto became a YouTube member. Good on you. Good to have another member. Right. Okay. Let's do the Damon thing again. I mean, I said to myself, I won't do it till later, but you've seen it now, so you know who Damon is. Let's just run it one more time now, and then I might run it again at the end. Okay.
Are we live? Who's in the chat? Thailand bound. What's he say? What have you got for your dinner tonight? Well, tonight I have the Aldi 199 shepherd's pie special. And I've got a sneaky feeling I'm really going to enjoy this. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at that. Let's have a little go. Oh, God Almighty. Let's have a let's do it again. Let's try it again. Wash it down with a bit of this. Oh, bloody lovely stuff. Oh, let's get a little bit of a top up on that. The old Kronenberg. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, fucking.
I think Ed Sweeney will be proud of you there, Damien. Nice one. Right, okay, let me just put this up. You know, I'm asking you guys to send in some clips. Mark Hanley says, Pete, most of us use our proper names, so it won't happen, especially when working in certain jobs. That's fair enough, Mark, but there are a lot of guys in here, I know they're retired, they don't work anymore, so maybe I can target it more at them. You know, obviously, if you've got a job and you're a bit nervous that your boss might see it or something, I'm not asking you to strip naked and swing from the chandeliers, although that would make a good video, but I'm just asking you to say hi, you know, do a cheers, something like that. But, you know, fair enough if you don't want to do it, I understand. Let me just say hi to Franco. He's sick at the moment. He's got COVID. Yes, he has. He came back from somewhere in Europe. I forget. He told me tonight. And he caught it on the plane, he thinks. Remember, everyone, if you fly any place around the world, please be careful. I never wore a mask in the airport. Now I'm paying the price. So, yeah, there is still a little bit of it about out there. It's gone up slightly in Bangkok. Look, it's I know you're not really too interested in this stuff these days, but it's gone up from 1967 to 2,313, a little bit there. So you know, what can you do? You're not gonna you can't live your life around COVID, can you? Right. Okay, let's have a look. Who else we got in here? Mick M, could you do the video of the guys on the start of the stream when audio is calibrating countdown? Could you do the video? Let me put that up. I don't understand that. What does that mean? Could you do the video of the start of the stream when audio is calibrating countdown? I'm not sure what you mean by Mick. Could you do the video of guys at the... Yeah, no, you'll have to try and explain it a bit more simpler. I just didn't get it. Right, you've done yours. Canary spreads his wing. How you doing? You're saying, did Damien have a dress rehearsal? No idea. I don't normally show clips twice. You know, when the clips that I do every week, and normally once they're done, I don't do them twice. But, you know, an Oscar, I don't want to outshine you, Damien, but an Oscar has to go out to this lady.
And next one. Please give me cock. Cock. It's cock actually, right? Do you have cock? Please give me cock. Oh, please give me cock. I want a cock. Please give me cock. Cock. And ask them the price of cock.
Yeah, very famous teacher there in South Korea. Okay, right, let's do, let me just, is there anybody I haven't said hello? I haven't said hello to Paul Hoskin. How are you doing? When I have a massage, I don't make a sound yet, typical. Rob, thank you, mate. Very generous, as always. Get Damien and yourself a pint the next time you meet up. Do you know what? I've never met Damien. We were planning to fly out together, but he was farting about and I couldn't. I'm only joking, Damien. No, hopefully we'll meet. And if I meet, yeah, I'll buy him a pint. And thanks, Rob. Very generous. Right, KM. Hi, how much is a one condo? About 45 square meter amount, and how much is a maintenance charge per month? And lastly, what is the length of a lease? Thank you in advance. How long is a piece of string? There's so many questions there. If you write to me, I'll try and help you out with this question. But there's so many variables. Firstly, you haven't said where you want to go: Bangkok, Hua Hin, Pattaya. You haven't said short term, long term. There's a lot of variables. I'll put my email address up there. If you write to me and make it very detailed, the question, then I'll try my best to answer it. Okay. There's my email address there. Right. Okay. Let me, there's another story that I've got a video about, but I want to just read this out to you. This is quite the video is actually quite comical. I'll tell you why at the end of it, but here's a story that's out now. So in Pattaya now, like anywhere else in the world where foreigners are, sometimes violence occurs, you know, fights break out, stabbings, slashings. You've only got to look at that incident with the dumbbell in the gym the other week there. You know, so the police are aware of this now. And apparently there's some foreigners who become a nuisance when they get drunk along the beach areas. And I'll read you this story. And I've actually got a video of them training. And I'll at the end of the video, I'll explain why it doesn't convince me so much. But before I do it, I'm not complaining. Thank you very much from, let's see who this is now. Someone's giving me a nice super chat there. Right, World Traveller Forever, $20. Thank you. Great stream. The World Cup starts in November. It will be great to watch the games in Pattaya or Bangkok. The atmospheres in the bars will be hysterical. Yeah, in Pattaya, it's really good. I'm not a football fan per se, but there is a good atmosphere, and you can get into it even if you're not into football. Right, let me just read this story. Thanks for the super chat there. Let me just read this out, then I'll show you the video, and you'll see what I mean. Let me just get the video lined up here, so we've got some continuity, as they say. I can't find the bloody thing now. Yeah, there we are. Right. Okay. Okay. Right. So here's the actual story, and I'll show you the video, and then I'll comment on it later. Right. So Pattaya police rehearse controlling drunk tourists with metal poles. Pattaya police, armed with long steel rods, gathered on Jomtien Beach in Pattaya yesterday to prepare for encounters with armed, drunk, and aggressive foreign tourists. The police asked a foreign beachgoer to volunteer as an armed, drunk, and out of control tourist. Now, when you watch this video, bear in mind the words out of control tourist. Okay, the actor didn't put up much of a fight, so it's not easy to say how effective the metal pole technique would be in a real life dangerous situation. Just a few days ago, a fight broke out between two foreign tourists near Walking Street, which ended badly when one of them pulled out a knife and slashed the other's arms. The man bled heavily but refused hospital treatment. Last month, a foreign man violently assaulted a British man at a gym. That's Gary. The man smacked the Englishman in the head with a dumbbell. Right. Okay. So let me run this really quickly. It's very, very short.
Come down, please. Come down. Dio, Don't come in. No. Sit down. Sit down tonight. Sit down. Run. Take off your. Shoot. Run. เกี่ยวขาเกี่ยวขานี่ต้นน้ำยกมานี่หน่อยติ๊กตัวของตัวหน่อยหมุนกลับ
Another one who's been to the Ringle Star School of Acting. No, I mean, think about it seriously, right? If you were a drunk, out of control tourist who was a knife wielding idiot and you were gone on smack or something and the police came and you wanted to fight them like he supposedly was going to, you wouldn't do that, would you? I mean, you'd grab the pole and ram it up the backsides, wouldn't you? And then carry on running down the beach. Yeah, it didn't do it for me, to be honest with you. Nomad overseas. Let's put that on there. Glass must be bulletproof. Yeah. Right. Canary spreads his wings. Scouse accent, not easy to do. Jay Frost Gold. Andrew's Real World. That was brilliant. Hi, Andrew. How you doing? Andrew's just come back. Little bit of plugging for Andrew. Andrew's Real World. His YouTube channel. Back in the UK now. Look, guys, you've been very generous tonight. There's another one there. Stephen. I'm going to have to crack the beers open in a minute, guys. Stephen 4X. Saint Ethiel. Yeah. Let's talk about that. Have you seen Sipan? Yeah, I've got that on the channel. Sipan. I've got the video. It's quite old now. It's been on the channel for about a year. It's very. When I first put it up, it was very, very funny. Stephen, thanks for the super chat. I'm going to pull the beers out. I'll talk about that. Should I have a beer now? Yeah, I'll have a beer now. Sod it. Right, guys. What I'm going to tell you, right? I mentioned this last week. You know what? I got nowhere. I'm getting no kickbacks. This is from Aldi, this beer, right? Obviously, they tried to rip off Stella by the look of the can, right? It's the same strength as Stella. It's £2.99 for 4 of them. What I do, nobody wants to trot off to Aldi every day, but I buy a case of these and I save about £12 on a case of beer now. I'm not just saying this, guys. These are the best beers that I've ever tasted. Better than Kronenberg, better than Stella. I mean, it's a real good beer. So, you know, not only is it cheap, you know, they say you get what you pay for, don't they? Oops. Not only is it cheap, but it tastes real good. So thank you for that, Stephen. And for a tenner, how many would I get? 3, 6. I'd actually get about 12 cans for a tenner. Right. Okay, just we've got 2 Ladyboy competitions tonight because they're slightly different. We've got this Spot the Thai Girl again. We've got a load of funny clips and joke of the week still to come. So if you just joined us, lots to come. Right, let me stick that back in the old ice box there. Oh, right. Let's have a look. I'm glad you're in tonight. Cowboy Vic episodes, nice clip. I'll tell you why I'm glad you're in. I seen you in, which stream did I see you in recently? You're in Ed's stream. I think it was Ed's stream. And I was watching it and I seen your name come and I thought, oh, he used to be in my streams. I haven't seen him for a while and now you're here, so that's good. Right, Sheila, were they fighting Aquaman or something? Yeah, it was pathetic, wasn't it really? Oh, that really is good. That really is good. Oh, okay, I've lost my place now. Right, right. I know. Who's this? Paul Shackleton. Remind me of Keystone's cops and the electric thing. Yeah, they were like big toothpicks, weren't they? If it were me, I'd have just grabbed it and bent the bloody thing and legged it, you know. And the guy wasn't exactly convincing, was he? Stood there with a knife. I bet he was shitting his pants if they let him out the handcuffs or not. Yeah, they caught a foreigner. Right. Nick Franco, what are you saying now? There was a video somewhere of a drunk naked man rampaging through a hotel in Pattaya. They used those poles to catch him. Now, what happens to your life? You know, so there you are in the UK. You've obviously been fairly successful to make enough money to go out to Pattaya. Something happens. What goes wrong? You're running through a hotel naked with the police chasing you with a metal pole. Where does it all go wrong? To be, not to be. Looks like a Benny Hill shoot. Yeah, we should have had the music in there. When I edited it, I should put the music in there. Alexander, they are having a laugh. Good luck doing that. Yeah. I mean, imagine if the guy was waving a knife around it, that wouldn't have stopped them, would they? Chris, how are you doing? I haven't seen you for a while. How are you doing? No, waste of resources. Just shoot the guy in the leg end of it. Yeah, absolutely. Ben, why did they need a foreigner to play the role? I suppose really they didn't, did they? But I suppose they wanted it to just seem a bit more realistic, didn't they? And I don't know, would a Thai have done it? But if they'd have used a Thai, he'd have probably done it a lot better. He'd have probably been arrested at the end of it for overdoing it. But yeah, good question. Right, Nick T says, looks like they've got all the gear, but no idea. Yeah, absolutely. It looks like a lot of people weren't convinced. Look, Carlos says, are they having a laugh? Yeah. Yeah. Owen says, that video is ridiculous. Well, I thought I'd run it by you. I didn't want to say anything beforehand. I thought I'd run it by you and see what you thought. Christopher Doyle, a night in Bangkok Hilton for him. Well, they'd have let him out. He was a volunteer. They that's why he stood there like looking like a lemon. Right. If it were me, if I was there, if they said, look, can you? I'm not joking here. If that was me, if the police came up to me and said, can you pretend you're a crazed foreigner? And here's a knife, and when my guys come, act like you're crazy. I would have gone for it, honestly. I would have stood there like this. I would have said to the guy in charge, I would have said, are you sure nothing's going to happen to me? As long as I don't touch your cops, right? And when they come, I'd have been waving the knife around saying, come on then, you bastards, I'm ready for you. And as they approached me, I'd have grabbed the stick and pulled them, and I'd have legged it down Jumptian Beach. I'd have had a great time. But I wasn't there, was I? Right, Chet Bound, what you say? I can't see that working against some 6'4". Yeah, I mean, taser. You can't beat a taser, can you? Right. Yeah, I wonder. That's a funny one. I wonder why they've opted to do something like that rather than a taser. Because if you did have a guy standing there with a knife threatening somebody, and you warned him with a taser and said, "Look, you don't put it down with taser," and then you taser him, because they brought in some tourist police who, I don't know if you noticed that, the guys on the I forget what them things are called, but they were actually speaking English to him. They said, "Now relax, take it easy," and they could have threatened him with a taser, couldn't they? That would have been if someone threatened me with a taser, knife down, it's yours, take me away. Right. Red Fox, as long as a tourist is 80 with the reflexes of a sloth, I think they'll be well prepared. You won't win whatever happens, all joking aside, you shouldn't be in that situation anyway, right? Whatever happens, you're a guest in their country, you've gone there for a vacation. What the hell would you be doing on the beach threatening the police with a knife? I mean, for God's sake. Yeah, Red Fox says, as long as a tourist is 80 with reflexes of a sloth. I think I read that one, didn't I? Right, Jesse Hughes. That pole looks like a giant marina ring. Yeah, right. Okay, too much information there. Right, Chris. Yeah, because we haven't seen you for a while, Chris. Are you still planning to retire in Hua No, a lot of water under the bridge now, Chris. Me and my wife are separating, and I'm going to be moving out to Bangkok full time because of my YouTube channel. I'm basing myself in Bangkok. Yeah, Welsh 32. Never bring a knife to a gunfight. That was Sean Connery, wasn't it? No, he said something similar. Okay, right. Let's do something. Let's get something going here. Right, we've got. Let's have a look. I don't want to do everything at once because I've got some good stuff here, but I want to save some of it for later because we're only an hour in. Let me run off the chat for a while. Right, Gemini Star, Paul Scarth, you've missed the girl that likes big cock. Yeah, she'll be in later. Cock. Dutch Farang, they don't use tasers in Pattaya because 90% would die from a heart attack. Is that right? I wonder why that is. I've not heard that. Why would they? Is it because of their kind of body mass? We're bigger. Is it that, or is there something else? Yeah, somebody else has said it. Tasers can cause heart attacks. Well, they use them in the West, don't they? And they don't. Do they cause heart attacks? I don't know. I know the police use them. I've seen, I've seen documentaries where they use them. I don't know a lot about them. It just seems like an easier way to disarm somebody with a knife. Welsh 32 said, I need one for the ex-girlfriend. Yeah, right. A nomad overseas. Actually saw a crazy video from the Philippines recently. Some African dude looking like he was off his head on drugs with about 20 Filipinas restraining him. No idea what caused it, but it's crazy. I seen one from the Philippines as well, and it was this. I don't know what the guy did, but he was a Western guy, but he was absolutely humongous. I mean, he was obese. I don't mean he was fat. I don't mean he was very overweight. I mean, he was humongous, massive, right? And something had kicked off in the apartment, and the police arrested him. But what they did, you know, when you check into a nice 5-star hotel, they've got that very posh luggage rack. You know, it's like a brass rail, a flat surface on wheels, and you can put half a dozen case on them, and they wheel that thing across the lobby. They got one of them, and they put this big fat foreigner on there and handcuffed him to it. And you see him, they're wheeling him down the corridor because they couldn't pick him up. He was huge, and he was shouting all the way. Right, Jeffrey says, it's rare, of course, but just like anything, some still go wrong. Okay. Yours Travels, because average age of man in Pattaya is 70. I don't know. Is that true? The average age of the man in Pattaya? Maybe you talk about the expats, maybe? I don't know. Right. Yeah, Clive says that'd do it. Threatened to take away their pensions. Right, Steve P says, you should have more subscribers, Peter. Your channel is really good. Thanks, Steve. I'm not doing too bad. The thing is, Steve, you got to remember, I've only been, since I started my channel, I've only spent about 5 weeks in December just gone in Thailand, and I was able to make some nice videos in Thailand. It was great. I did some with Bangkok Pat. I did some video with Trevor from Buzz in Pattaya. I met Brian Flowers. I met Ride for Kicks guy. I met Nick Dean. You know, I met a whole bunch of people, and I was in Thailand. But I wasn't there long enough, but I banged out about 15 videos while I was there in 3 weeks. So I'm still in the UK. I'm moving out later in the year. So when I'm out there, it'll be totally different, and hopefully the numbers will go up. But I'm happy with the way it's gone so far. Okay, Poppycorn, nice to see you, and haven't seen you for a while. But Boris is going to follow the US to cut down knife crime in being he's going to give everyone a gun instead. Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Right, Darcy. Peter, I was in Phuket in 2019, and I seen a Western guy out of his tree spitting on the locals. Jesus Christ. I mean, spitting on the locals? I'm pretty sure his day was going to end badly. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Do you know, he probably left Thailand in a body bag. I mean, that is really bad, really bad. Right. And no one would ever see that. That foreigner chained to the luggage cart sounds like the worst veteran man ever. I don't know what that word says. What is it? I have to look it up. Yeah, he was actually crying like a baby. He was like, let me go. And he was tears. But he was only, the thing about it wasn't funny or comical because he was only wearing like a pair of boxers. He was in the Philippines. He was sweating profusely because he was so fat. And there was about 8 cops there. And they rolled him onto this luggage rack and handcuffed him and rolled him down. There's nothing else they could have done with him. I bet they beat the shit out of him when they got him to the police station. Right, Jeffrey, Peter, what does the lady say at the beginning of your Thailand-bound stories? She says Sawadi Ka. It's kind of like a hello, welcome, something a man would say Sawadi Ka, Sawadi crap. A woman says Sawadi Ka. So it's just like my intro. I do it every week. So she's kind of, it's something like hello, welcome. Talking of hello, welcome, memories of Thailand. Hello, welcome. Let me just get rid of that. And welcome to Thailand. Yeah, if you've been to Thailand, you know what that's all about. And just to get you in the mood, if you're on your way out there real soon.
สถานีต่อไปนานา Next station Nana.
Yeah, it's all very well, but the problem is you've always got to come home, haven't you?
Attention please. This is the final call of Thai Airways International flight.
Did they work? Just an idea. Right, okay. Okay, lots of comments from you there, Jeffrey. Nice to see you in the stream tonight. Okay, let's... Okay. Mark Hanley says, Ricky Drama in the Philippines. I think I've seen his channel. Is a YouTube channel, right? Yeah. Asif, by me, they tasered a retired footballer. He died, played for Villa. Yeah, see, this is all new to me, the old dying of the taser. I didn't realize that you could actually get a heart attack from it. So, yeah, I understand that. Right, Darcy Peter, that was the one I've just read out. Richard Meller, is it? I think I may weigh too much for those hooks to fit around me. You and me both, mate. You and me both. I've put a lot of weight back on. You know, when I did that video, I'd lost 23 kilos. It was over the summer. I was doing a lot more walking than I'm doing now. And because we've just gone through the winter of discontent, it was a, very long, dark winter. And I've had a lot more than I should do. But I think as soon as I buy my ticket, I'll get my mojo back and it'll be right. Let's get the weight off again. The good thing about the UK with the NHS, everybody's moaning about it, but they sent me a letter saying, come in. We want to see you. And I didn't realize they gave me a full MOT. They took a blood test, urine test. They tested me for everything. They even done the poop on a stick, or they sent that to me. So I've had the full works. Everything came back normal. But I think, I was diabetes 2. The numbers went right down. And the doctor told me if you came in now, we'd class you as non-diabetic because your numbers are low. That's when I lost all the weight. I think I've gone back up there again. So I really need to make the effort. At our sort of age, you've got to be a bit careful, look after yourself, haven't you? What's Paul Hoskins saying now? If you run naked, they can charge you with assault with a... God, Paul, where do you get these from? Right. And I'll just say happy birthday again to a few days ago, not today. Mazza, if you're still in. So I say a happy birthday to you again. And another hello to Noel. There you go, Noel. I've said it twice for you. Did you know they're scrapping the TM6 cards? You know the cards that you get when you come when you come in, you have to fill in that really laborious form, and you mustn't lose it either because it's very important. Look, it's that card there. You fill that in on the aeroplane, don't you? So a little story in the Tiger today. It says tourists arriving by air are no longer required to complete the TM6 arrival departure card. In the cabinet has announced the requirement to complete the TM6 card has been temporarily lifted in a bid to ease overcrowded at airports. On Tuesday, June 15, the Prime Minister said the move will help facilitate the reopening of Thailand to tourists. While the TM6 has been scrapped for those arriving by air, foreign tourists arriving by land or sea are still required to complete the form. The PM said that the requirement to complete the form was the overcrowding at the airport. So there you go. No more filling out forms. And the thing with that is you didn't realize if you lost the little clip, the bit they put in your passport, they clipped in your passport. If you lost that, it was a major drama. You had to go to the police station and get a full police report. Right, let's do a little competition and then we'll do joke. I've got three jokes here. Some people have sent them in. Right, let's do a little competition. Let's just get the chat right down at the bottom so I know where I am. Let me just put that up. Frank Travel says, Peter, there is more to life than Thailand. It's very sad that you can't enjoy your life in the UK. Okay, so let me just try and answer that really in a sensible way. I've done everything I wanted to do in the UK. I've had a family. I've had a nice house. I learned to fly an airplane. I've done everything I wanted to do here. I even used to grow my own vegetables in the garden. I'm splitting up my wife now. Why would I want to stay here? Financially, I don't need to stay here. I can go to Thailand. So you're saying it's very sad that you can't enjoy your life in the UK. So what would I do? Go fishing? Should I go fish, get some fishing kit and go fishing? Shall I go down to my local social club and buy a lottery ticket for the meat draw on a Sunday? Maybe I can go out and look around B&Q on a Sunday afternoon. But no, I think for me, sitting around a swimming pool in Thailand, the life in Bangkok, being able to get to Hua Hin and Pattaya in a minibus for a couple of $100 baht, nice food, nice company. I think that's more appealing for me. I understand where you come from. I'm not taking the mickey. I'm not being sarcastic with you. But for me personally, there's nothing here for me now, really. I've done everything I can do in the UK. I've lived in Thailand before, so I'm not going to go there and get into holiday mood. I know what it's all about. Just my opinion. I don't want to be here anymore. And the way the country's going with everything that's going on, without getting political, just look at the news. Why would you want to stay here? Look at it. Boris and, like I say, let's not get political. Let's instead do a competition for fun. Okay, right. What we'll do now, we'll do Spot the Thai Girl. You know the game, right, guys? So I'm going to put up a card, 8 pictures, and one of them is a Thai. The rest are from around Asia. I'm not saying Southeast Asia because I got complaints that week. Somebody said that technically they're not all from Southeast Asia, right? So I'm going to put this up, and all I want. Let me get this comment off. Right, there we go. You know the game already. So 8 pictures. Just tell me the number of the one that you think is a Thai girl. There's only one. The rest are from other parts of Asia. Right, there you go. Was it easy? Was it difficult? It's easy for me to say it's easy because I've made the competition. Right, okay, let's whiz through these. I'll tell you if you're right or if you're wrong. Right, Pacemaker, no. Adrian Ford, no. Harold Bishop, right, that's not in the competition. Right, Paul Shackleton, no. John Paul, well done. Only in Thailand, no. Max Wright, no. Matthew Cartwright, no. Darcy, no. Steve, no. Johnny Vickinson, no. Barang, well done. Johnny, no. TGC 2450, no. Harold Bishop, no. Reno Rennie, no. Malcolm F1 Race, no. Hard Tulip, no. Kenny T, no. David Barrett, no. Rumble, no. Pesky McNuggets, well done. Brian, no. World Traveller, no. Mark Hanley, no. Alexander the Great, no. Impact Martial Arts, no. Hard Tulip, no. Janie Smith, no. That was very deceiving. Poppycorn, well done. Frank DeRosa, well done. Gemini Star, no. Stephen A, well done. Chris J Stone, no. Deek the Trucker, you could only have one guess, mate, but they're both wrong. Clive, no. Simon Goodson, well done. Richard Harris, no. T Nyong, is it? No. A then, no. Charles Stewart, no. Gabor, no. Jolly Fox, no. Damon, at last, Damon, you got a right answer. Well done. Leeds, no. Matthew Ocon, correct. Matthew, glad you got it right. You don't want to get it wrong, don't you? Snozzlehead, no. Taxi to Lao, yes. Pete Bailey, no. Jeff Say, no. To be, not to be, well done. Dutch Farang, no. Bendover, no. Nino, no. Peter Fretwell, did he say something else? No. Nick T, yeah, well done. Tony Foley, no. Mike, oh, I've lost my place. Where are we? I might miss a couple here. Jan K, no. David M, no. Paul Scarth, no. Nick, no. Angel Scabal, no. Parky, no. Larry Dawson, no. Lewis, no. John Quell, no. Mark Hanley, well done. Danny Boy, well done. We'll have to give you the answer in a second. Hang on. Quell Squad, is it? No. Bernie, no. George Brooks, no. Just try and have one guess, guys, because we'll be doing this all night. Val, yes. Ken, yes. Clive, you got it now, yeah? Right, everybody's getting it now. I don't know if you listened to the guys. I said, yeah, well done, and had another go. Right, we're just about there, guys. Lewis, no. Let's get the answer up here. It is very difficult, guys, I know. But let's give it a go. This is the correct answer. I can't believe it. I've done it again. I've got so much here. I've actually given you the answer to the Ladyboy competition instead of the other one. Right. So I'm going to leave the Ladyboy competition for about an hour. And I can't believe I've actually done that again because I've got so much here. I've clicked the wrong one. All right. Look, I'll do the Ladyboy competition in about an hour and a half. If you've seen the answer and you remember, tough. There'll be a lot of people getting it. Let me give you the answer to the Southeast Asia girl one. God damn. To be honest with you, if I hadn't set that competition up, I would have gone for number, was it number 6? I think the Indonesian girl, or number 5. Let's have a look. I'm terrified now, putting the ladyboy competition up again. Yeah, number 5, the Indonesian looks quite tired, didn't she? But yeah, okay, so well done if you got that. I can't believe the answer up to the ladyboy competition here, because I've got so much here and I'm kind of sweating it out now. And I'm, you know, so look, all right, you've seen the answers. Try and block your mind. I'll leave it till real late. We've only been going for an hour. I'll leave it for another hour, then I'll do it. I don't know how long I'm going to go. But anyway, there you go. Right. No, I'll save that one for later as well. I've got something really funny for you later. But I'll tell you what we'll do now to lighten the mood up. The girls are back. Remember the girls, the Japanese girls? Here we go.
Take anything you want. Take anything you want. Take anything you want. Take anything you want.
I've become a fan of those girls. Let's do another one.
Spare me my life. Spare me my life. Spare me my life. Spare me my life.
Right, I just got to water the daisies, guys. It's been over an hour. I've been drinking beer. Give me about 30 seconds, all right? Okay, and I am back. Daisies are well watered now. It's still quite warm actually. The sun isn't out today, but it's a little bit humid. Okay, right, let's get back to see what you lot are saying. Clive says, that thing's got long horns. It has. I tried to find a buffalo with shorter ones, but the pictures are quite hard to find. A lot of them are copyrighted. Jeffrey says, I'm hoping by the time an hour goes by and you've had a few drinks, I'm hoping that image of the right answer of the ladyboy will kind of leave you, and it'll be a good competition. I've done that so many times. I should look. Where is it? Give myself a rap on the knuckles for being stupid. Right. Okay. Jolly Fox says Miss Hong Kong looks amazing. I don't remember which one that was. I'll have a look again afterwards. You wouldn't say no if any of them come knocking on your door and said they were lonely tonight. I don't think you'd turn any of them away, would you? Gemini Star says the Indonesian is beauty. Let me just see which one was the Hong Kong one again. I'm just going to put it up for a second just to see which one you're talking about. Make sure I don't put the ladyboy up again. Yeah, they are. They're all stunners, aren't they? I'll tell you what. Let's do something a little bit different now. Let me do a few of your comments, and then I've got the I did this one last year, and you won't remember this. You might remember the competition, but you definitely won't forget the answers. I've got a bunch of pictures of Asian airline stewardess, the trolley dollies, right? And they're all from different countries, Thailand included. One of the pictures is a ladyboy. The rest are regular trolley dollies. See, the competition is to try and find out which one is the ladyboy. I'll do some comments first, and then I'll come back to that one. Ricky says, all day, what's that? All ladyboys. Yeah, wrong one again. World travel forever. 5 makes me want to go to Indonesia. Yeah. Yours travels. Are you in the van tonight, mate? Are you in the van? I love the UK and happy here, but that doesn't mean I don't want to live in Thailand from 50 or maybe another Asian country below the belt. That's common. Yeah. I mean, on that one, what I would say on that one to anybody who's thinking along the same lines. Now, don't forget, I know for a start that you are a lot younger than me because we've spoken on the phone. So I understand. I'll come to you in a minute, geezers. The thing is, yeah, I mean, when I was 42, I was full-time employment in the hotels and stuff. But look, remember, I'm 62. Okay, I've had a career. I've had 2 daughters that are now grown up. I've had 33 years with my wife. I've lived the last 20 years in the UK, I'm going to be by myself. I don't want to stay in the UK by myself. I don't need to stay here and work. I've got other things going on. I'm a long way from being rich. But I hear you. I know where you're coming from there. But for me now, I've just got to the point now. I'll tell you what made my mind up. When I was there in December, I just thought, I've got to be here. Why am I in the UK? Right, Geezers. We had a chat on the phone last week. I won't say your name, Geezers. Thanks for the super chat. Hi, Peter. North London in the house. Just got in from my mates. And thank you for the advice on Wednesday. And I hope to meet up with you in Bangkok. Yeah, thanks very much for the super chat there. I do appreciate that. If you send me your phone number, whoever you guys out there, if you want a bit of advice or you just want to chat about something in Thailand, if you send your number to my email address, I will call. Obviously, I can't give you I can't advertise my phone number because I'm going to get every loose nut on after me, right? But if you want to chat about something, send me your number. And like Geezers here, he asked me a question and he sent me his number. I was out with the dog. I thought I'll give him a call. There's no point texting him because I'll text him. He'll text me. It'll be back and forth, and I hate the text messages. So I'm always out for half an hour with the dog. I thought I'll give him a ring, put my headphones in, called him, and we had a nice little chat. So thanks for that, Geezers. Right. Okay. Right. Guns and Pleb. How many of these have they made? Okay. I'm not sure. What do you mean? How many of these? Right. Happy. Would be great if anybody has a review on the Swan Inn Hotel on Soi Fornana, the Bates Motel, you mean? Just booked for a month's stay at the Shangri-La. It's fully booked for my month's stay in Bangkok. Many thanks. Okay, well, Ed Sweeney stayed in this Swan Hotel, and put it this way, I don't want to be derogatory. Let's just say I wouldn't check in there, but you can go and have a look at his video. Right, Freedy the Hound, great. Normal masks or passes for Thailand? Yeah, it's back to normal now, isn't it? You get to Thailand now, no more Thailand pass, no more masks. But like I said, be sensible because most of the Thais are wearing masks. And if you get onto the SkyTrain, it's cool, isn't it? You've got nice air conditioning and stuff. Just, wear a mask, show a bit of respect, and it just shows you're making the effort, doesn't it? And don't forget, this Sunday I've got Volume 2, 30 tips, 30 things to help you have a better holiday in Thailand if you're fairly new to the country. Yeah, I put that up already, didn't I? Right, hey then. Right time for my second cider. Don't fall into the daisy bog. Yeah, that's. I must be way behind. Everybody's saying that the buffalo's got the big horns there. Yeah, I'll try and get another one next week. Jeffrey says maybe too much coke. Too much coke, Jeffrey?
And next one. Please give me coke.
I don't think so. Not tonight. Right. Okay. Paul, I'm on the non-alcoholic cider. Remind me again, was it number 5? It was number 4. Number 4, Paul. Do you want to have a quick look? I've done it again. Only for a second though. Right. Right, I know how to get around that next time because I've got the videos in order and I normally do the Ladyboy one the other way round. Which one? I forgot which one you asked for, Paul. Yeah, I forgot the question. I can't believe I did it again. Right, Parky, that's never from Aldi. Are you talking about the beer? This one? I think I'm getting lost in other people's comments here. Right. Let's see. All right, let's do a competition that I can't screw up, okay? So this is a competition I did about a year ago. And as I say, I'm going to run a video. It's about a minute long. I think there's something like 10 or 15 airline girls from around the world. One of them is a ladyboy. And the idea of the competition, just tell me the number of the one that you think is a ladyboy. As I say, I did it last year, but I don't think you'll remember it. It was a year. So just have a look at these lovely ladies. Let me just get rid of this comment here. Right, have a look at these and just tell me which one you think is a ladyboy. I'm just making sure I get the right one now. Okay, let's see how many of you got that right. It is purely guessing it, and I know it is very, very difficult. It's just for fun, no prizes. So I won't read out the wrong answers because it will take too long. There's a lot of people in the stream tonight. Let me just read out, let's see who got it right. I'll just whiz through here. A lot of wrong answers here, guys, unfortunately. I'm just going to read, right. World Traveller Forever, you got it right. Harold Bishop, you got it right. Abraham Ford, you got it right. Impact Martial Arts, you got it right. Nick T got it right. Dree Decker, is it? You got it right. Gary Hughes got it right. Mark Veit got it right. Aiden got it right for sure, you say. Alexander DeGrant, you got it right. Johnny Wilkinson, you got it right. Jan K, you got it right. David, yes. Angels Cabell, yes. Oh, quite a few people, a lot more than I thought would get it. Pacemaker got it. Soy Raider got it. Let's have a look. Anybody else? Right, let me reveal the answer. Quite a lot of well done to you if you got that. I was surprised actually. So I haven't got the rerun with the music, but I can show you now. The lady boy in that competition is, number 9. And I think if you look closely, I think you'll see why. All right. So if you got that, well done. That was one I put together last year. It took quite a long time to make that, a couple of hours actually. So I thought, well, I'll use it again. Maximize, as it were, and I'm hoping by now you forgot that I put up the answers to the next Ladyboy competition later. Okay, look, I'll tell you what, let's do joke of the week real quick here. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to read out a couple that aren't really sort of real, they're not going to win any prizes, but you guys have sent them in, so I'll just read them out quick. A really short one. This is from Jamie Overson. He says, how do you turn a duck into a soul singer? Put him in the microwave until his bill withers. All right. This one is from, I haven't got a name on here. A man walks into a plumbing store and asks, do you have any toilets? The man in the store says, yes, they're over there. He comes back and says, do you have anything cheaper? The man working in the store replies, the only thing that's cheaper is a paper bag or a bucket. Okay, so I don't know who sent that in. I lost the name. So let's do the official joke of the week for this week. Let's just get the ladies lined up. There we go. That's all good. Right. Okay. Joke of the week. A lady walks into a drugstore and tells the pharmacist she needs some cyanide. The pharmacist said, why in the world do you need cyanide? The lady then explained she needed to poison her husband. The pharmacist's eyes got real big and he said, Lord have mercy, I can't give you cyanide to kill your husband. That's against the law. I'll lose my license. They will throw both of us in jail and all kinds of bad things will happen. Absolutely not. You cannot have any cyanide. Then the lady reached into her purse and pulled out a picture of her husband in bed with a pharmacist's wife. The pharmacist looked at the picture and replied, well, now, you didn't tell me you had a prescription, did you? Right, there you go. Joke of the week. Right, I just want to show you something here now because somebody, I do the Ladyboy competition. It's just for fun. Somebody said, do you have any Ladyboys in the UK? I'm from the States. We have, I don't want to say the words. And we actually do. And I've got a video of one locally here. So, I'll put up the first one just for a few seconds just to show you. I'm making sure I'm not making any mistakes now. I won't put them up because I might make a mistake again. But here's a Ladyboy from the UK, and you can just compare. If you remember the pictures from each week I put up in the Ladyboy competition, so they're very beautiful, aren't they? And see how they compare here in the UK to what I normally show you. So my first question is for Damien. Are you still going to say a hole is a goal? Let me know. Right. Okay. Let's get serious again. Right. Okay. Cowboy Vic episodes. I might have a few beers. Yeah, go for it. Why not? Why not? It's Friday night. I don't know if you're working tomorrow, but I always have a few beers on a Friday night. And a little bit of the amber nectar now. It's not going to be a long one tonight, guys, because I was really tired last week. It knackered me out. And I got somebody coming to look at my house in the morning. So when the wife goes to work, I've got to get it all spruced up nice. Right. I am Joy. How are you? Lady boys. Yep. We got one in Parliament, the deputy Labour leader. Yeah, I hear you. Harold Bishop says, after 10 Leos. No, I think even a case of Leos. Harold, definitely not. He's kidding no one. You're talking about the old boy. I mean, what possesses him? I mean, he must be 80, mustn't he? Look, another quick look at him. I mean, he must be 80 and he's walking around like this. I mean, he has to be, you know, if I say what I'm thinking, I'm going to get some stick, am I? But, I mean, what the hell is going on in this guy? I mean, did you notice the boobs? I mean, what is that about? Right, okay. Let's have a look now. What else we got for you? I'm so tempted to put Damon's video on again, but I won't. I'll overdo it, won't I? Right. JB. Hi, Peter. Oh, I've lost you. Sorry, I'm late. I'm late. Hope you're well. I'm now ready to rumble. Well, we've been rumbling for quite a while, JB. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a particularly long one tonight. Thank you. Where is he? I've lost him. There we are. Right. Thank you, Carlito. Yes, absolutely. Okay, right. A serious question here. Right. Yours Travel. Has anyone stayed at the Arden Hotel? 7 nights booked end of November. I don't know the Arden Hotel myself, but I'm sure it's fine. Most of the hotels in, all over Thailand, they're all pretty good, aren't they? Right, only in Thailand. The lady boys from Bangkok are in Manchester until 9th of July. Yeah, I know about that. They're doing a show, aren't they? It's not something I'd go up and have a look at. I mean, I get too much of it while I'm there. So that came out wrong. I mean, all right, let's be sensible about it. So there's a show that's come from Thailand, a ladyboy show, and they're doing nightly shows in Manchester. Apparently, it's gone down quite well. Right. Hey, then, come on, Peter. Even the Thai ladyboys won't look so good at 90. Yeah, I don't think he's 90. He's probably about 75, 80, but right. Canary spreads his wings. You say that every week. Canary spreads his wings. You say that every week. What do I say every week? You've said you say right that. Do I say that every week? What do I say every week? Right. Mark Hanley, I fancy Pretty Patel. Yeah, okay. Each to his own. Yeah, she's not a bad looking woman, actually, is she? Pretty Patel. Let's leave it there. Right, Damon, who filmed you, Peter, walking to the shops? You had a selfie stick there, yeah. Right. Right, I'm Joy. Mark Hanley, Pretty G's. Now that's a challenging. Okay. Right. Paul Scratch says, poor guy's losing his mind. He's been to the shop and forgot to put those melons in the bag. Yeah, I mean, you got to wonder, haven't you, what's going on? Is he just, you know, some people actually take pleasure from shocking people. You know, they if they don't mind embarrassing themselves, if they can shock people, they kind of get off on it, don't they? It's a hobby for some people. World Traveller Forever. The Arden is a good hotel, but the location is not so good. Quite far from Soi Buakhao and Walking Street, but BART bus help. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, nowhere really is too far in Pattaya, is it? I mean, yeah, if you're in Jomtien or way over in Naklua, it can be a challenge, but generally speaking, the BART buses go around in a big square, don't they? MetTech, I owe you an apology. I have never intentionally disrespected Buddhism. It's true that Buddhism is more of a lifestyle than a religion. As an atheist, I hate religion and not Buddhism. That's very cryptic there. I don't know. You don't owe me an apology, that's for sure. Right. Snozzlehead92. Hi, Peter. Good name. Hi, Peter. You mentioned talking about guys who play scamming bar girls at their own game, posing as legitimate wealthy victims and scam baiting the girls, as it were. Can you elaborate? No, I mean, not really. Not too much. I mean, you get what I meant by that is you'll get guys. You got to be really careful, because if you piss off a Thai, even a bar girl, you know, you think, oh, she's a bar girl. You know, some of them are connected, and some of their boyfriends are nasty. You know, real nasty piece of work. You got all the Thai mafia down there in Pattaya, the Thais, right? And what some guys do, they'll go You know this thing, if you go into a bar and they'll say, what's your name? Have you just arrived here? Have you been to my country before? And if you go into a bar and you say, oh, no, it's my first time here, I've never been to Thailand before, then you're basically opening the floodgates for them to think, oh, he doesn't know prices, he doesn't know the score in Thailand, and, you know, they can play games with you. But you do get guys who go out there who've been out there many times before, and what they'll do, they'll play games. They'll go into a bar and the girl will say, is it your first time here? They say, yeah, I've never been here before. And when actually they've been there maybe half a dozen times, or they live there, and they just play these games, you know. And I don't think it's a good idea for several reasons. One, they're not really doing anything nasty, the bar girls. It's not like the scammers you get, you know, the call centers in India and the African, you know, the dating scammers and all these really nasty people. You know, the bar girls, they're actually nice girls, believe it or not. Most of them are nice girls. Now, you're not going to go and marry them, obviously, because you will come unstuck. But that might be hard for you to understand if you haven't been to Thailand or you're not sure. But when I say they're nice girls, yes, they're working in the bars, but most of them are not doing it to buy the latest iPhone, or they're not doing it to buy designer handbags. They've all got, they look after families, you know, they might have children, they look after their parents, they might be the only breadwinner. And, you know, they go down to Pattaya because it has a reputation of being a money town. If you're prepared to go into that, that business, if you will, if you're prepared to go into that business, then they can make a lot of money. I'm talking before COVID. And I don't think it's a good idea to go into a bar and kind of make fun of them or play games with them, because you're on holiday and you might find it entertaining. But, you know, these are people who are trying to make a living, and you can't blame them for what they do. I mean, if you were a bar girl and some guy came in and you said, have you been to Thailand before? And he said no, then you try to, you know, maximize your earning potential from that guy. And they're doing it because they support people, so you can't blame them. So personally, and it is just a personal feeling, I don't think it's very nice to do that. You know, I mean, I'm not a white knight, but I just don't think, you know, playing around with these girls like that, I just don't think they deserve it. Right, okay. Oh, a lot in the chat talking about Priti Patel tonight. JB says, will the ladyboys in Manchester be up for some action after the show? Asking for a friend who's going to give me a lift up there and give me an alibi. I'm the worst person to ask, JB, because I'm, you know, ladyboys are just not. It's not my thing. It doesn't do it for me. I don't know. I'm sure they kind of. I'm sure they do entertain while they're there. Right. Impact Martial Arts. I am booked at Red Planet Bangkok, Asok. Any problems with that hotel near my camp? So okay. No, I mean you won't have any problems. You know, in all the years I've been going to Thailand, I've never really had a problem in any hotels. I've actually, when I was reading some of these comments, I was thinking at the same time in the back of my mind, is something happened to me in a hotel? But honestly speaking, no, the staff are nice. You know, I've never had anything stolen from my room. Nobody's broken into my safe. Most of the hotels, the staff have been very accommodating. The Nana Hotel opposite Nana Plaza, they can be a bit grumpy in there, the staff, but that's understandable because they deal with a lot of, you know, idiots, don't they? You know, who come in drunk late at night with all sorts of people. They argue with the staff, and, you know, the staff become very kind of like, it just puts a damper on everything, doesn't it? So you can understand where they're coming from. But basically, all the hotels I've been in, I've never had a problem. Matthew Alcorn, the Ladyboys of Bangkok come to Brighton every year. Well, yeah, I can understand that one. Check ban. In fairness, if you can't do what you want within the law when you're 80, what can you? I say fair play. Yeah, absolutely. The only reason I played it here is because it is funny to look at. I'm not taking the mickey out of him. It is, when I seen it, I was like, wow, you know. And when I seen it, I thought, well, that'll be a nice little segment to put in with a ladyboy thing, just for fun. But like you say, I mean, he's not hurting anybody. If he wants to do it, then it's up to him, isn't it? Right. Angel Scabell, do you think after 5 years in Thailand, you will miss going to B&Q on a Sunday afternoon? Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You know, looking around the spanners and the, you know, the garden shares. Right. Canary Spragues is when booked D Express Apartments. Very good location, good value. Okay. It's when the girls find out what a guy's been up to, quite sure they're more than intelligent enough to get their revenge. Yeah, absolutely, Paul. They are. And the last thing you want to do is upset, you know, even a bar girl. You know, they can be vicious. They can be nasty. they can. They're very friendly. They're all smiles, and they want most of the, unless you get into some kind of relationship with them, then you might be asking for it. But generally, if you go into a beer bar, you have a few drinks with a girl, you play Connect 4, perhaps you bar fine, or I don't know, nothing, and you take care not to do anything silly in the room. You have everything locked away. You have a good time, and generally they don't cause problems. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't recommend taking the mick out of them. Right, Deke the Trucker, what you say? Peter, please can you remind me, Peter, please can you remind all on this channel that if they have any paper 20 and 50 notes left, they are not acceptable after October. Well, I've learned something tonight, Deke the Trucker. I didn't know that. So I do know, oh, excuse me, it's a beer. Let's have another one. I do know that they're bringing out the plastic notes, aren't they? Which are far better. They last 4 times as long as the paper notes. But what you're saying is, okay, so after, when are we? You said October, did you? After October, well, I need to get over there. I've got upstairs, I've got 4,000 baht, so 4,000 baht note. I've got about 700 baht in 100 baht notes. Worth getting back there just before October to spend them. But yeah, good information. I didn't know that. So if you've got any baht, make sure you get rid of it before October if it's the old paper notes, so it won't be accepted. Only in Thailand, exit only, okay. Right, JB, would you rather have 10 girls on Adele or 1 go on Pretty Patel? Oh, definitely Pretty Patel. Right, bend over. You had a small episode on the Sofitel Content. You had a small episode at the Sofitel Content, did I? I don't remember that. Bend over. Do you know me? I don't. I actually was part of the opening team in the Sofitel Content. It opened in 95, 96. You had a small episode at the Sofitel Content. Remind me, maybe it was something that I've forgotten about. I really can't remember. I actually worked there, so I can't imagine me having any episodes. But bend over. If there's something specific that you want to remind me about, let me know and I'll read it out. As long as it's not embarrassing. Right, yours travels. Serious question. All hotels I booked are more upmarket. Can I bring ladies back to the room? Well, in the video on Sunday, I do mention about that. It's always wise to check. Yeah, you can. Then none of them will say, no, you can't bring a lady back to the hotel. None of them. But what you need to check is, are you going to get charged to bring them back? Okay. So there's a few things when you stay in a bigger hotel. The first thing is you're going to have to cross about 50 foot of marble. And normally they're wearing like high heels. So it's like clip clop, clip clop, clip clop, very loudly in an echo. A big 5-star hotel lobby. Everybody's sort of looking at you. In a budget hotel, you can kind of duck and dive and sneak. The lift's kind of there, and you just kind of run for it. In a 5-star hotel, it's not so easy. But in answer to your question, yeah, you can bring ladies back, no problem. But a lot of the bigger hotels, they will charge you. Generally speaking, with the budget hotels, you paid for a double room. Although you're alone, it's a double room that you've booked. So as long as if you bring somebody back, they class it as, well, he's booked, he's paid for a double room, he's bringing one person back, that's fine, there's no charge. Most of them are no charge. They'll just want the ID to be left at reception. That's for your protection as well as the girl's protection. You could be a raving nutter, couldn't you? They want to make sure she's protected, and they also want to make sure you're protected. The only thing with the bigger hotels, of course, they might charge you, and there is that loss of being discreet, because you've got to walk through a big marble covered floor, and you've got all night bellboys and receptionists, and they're all going to be watching you when you come at 3 in the morning. You don't get that in the small hotels. Okay, right, Kamal, is it not allowed to smoke electric cigarette and legal to smoke weed? Yeah, it's really weird, isn't it? It is illegal to vape at the moment in Thailand. It's one of the reasons I gave up vape, and I've seen a big sign on a beach that said penalty for vaping, 20,000 baht fine or 2 years in jail. And I thought, no, okay, they're not going to get money. I mean, I stopped. They did me a favor. But yeah, I mean, apparently they've legalized marijuana, and you can smoke it under the right circumstances, but a vape is illegal. People do use vapes. This is a boulder contention, because whenever I talk about this, people say, oh, I went to Carlson Road, and there were lots of people smoking, using the vape. They're in nightclubs, all the young people. You're talking rubbish, Peter. And actually, I've used a vape in Thailand. I never had any problems, but I was lucky. I took a chance. I'd sit in a bar and I'd vape and, be low key. I wouldn't walk down Sukhumvit Road vaping. So a lot of the time you will get away with it, and a lot of people do vape. But the thing is, what you got to remember, you are breaking the law. Okay, you're in Thailand, you're on vacation, holiday, you're there as a guest. The law is it's illegal to vape. You vape, you'll probably be okay, but again, you're opening yourself up to a fine. Okay. 20,000 baht. It's a lot of money to lose out of your holiday money. Right, Alan. Peter, I went to Thailand and I was robbed by two men. I wish I had that up there. That's the Japanese lady. Yeah, I've got a better one for you next week. Somebody left a comment last week. You know, she said I was robbed by two men, the two Japanese ladies. No, actually, I can't repeat what the comment was. Right, Asif says paper notes 30th of September. Okay, well if that's true, I'm going to lose some money then, because I don't think I'll be there by 30th of September. I've kind of changed my plans a little bit. I was thinking, you know, this little school run thing I'm doing where I take these disadvantaged children to school, and I was kind of thinking, right, well, in 4 weeks' time that's finished. I'm not going to do it anymore. And I was thinking, right, I'll get straight on the plane, go over to Thailand. But you know, I'm not in a rush really. The airports are having problems in the UK at the moment. You know, if there's a picture online of Edinburgh, it's on where did I see it? On TikTok. It's a little video. It was like Edinburgh Airport at 4:30 this morning. It was like a football stadium, just a wash of faces, no staff, you know. And so the airports are having problems. That doesn't totally put me off, but I'm gonna wait it out a little bit. I'm not in a rush. I was there in December. Let's see what happens. I've got to sort this house out first, and then we'll see. Right, I am Joy again. Had plenty of trips to Thailand, spent money, saw lots of girls, never had a problem, and always hit the airport with just enough for the taxi and a coffee. A great way to travel. Yeah, I mean, if you're sensible, the guys, I keep saying this, and whoever said you say that every week, you can say this. I say this every week. The guys who have problems generally bring it upon themselves. Okay, it's a very safe country. Yes, there's scams like the gem scams. People will try and con you, short changes, stick an extra bill in your pot. You know, you just got to be aware of that. But generally, you're not going to get hit on the head with a brick at 3 o'clock in the morning and robbed. Soothing meditation. Right. Re-hotels just booked for 2 people. Can only charge if you are bringing back 2 birds. All right. You're a bit younger than me then. Right. Right. To be, not to be. How do the girls feel about 2 girls going back to the hotel with the guy and sharing? Well, what I've been told, what I've heard, absolutely not a problem. It's all about money. It's all transactional. And as long as they're getting paid, they don't care. They don't care. I have seen on many occasions couples, I don't know if they're married, but boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, they go into bars in Nana Plaza. And when you first see them, they think, oh, they're on holiday. They're interested to see what goes in the go-go bars. You sit there for a while and you'll see a girl go in the back, put her jeans on, and she'll leave with that guy and that girl. You tell me. Right, Paul, got to watch out for that moment. The hotel receptionist gives you a wink when you pass the idea back to your lady friend. Yeah. Okay. JB says, I never understand why people turn the girl away when they get back to room and realize it's a lady boy. It's still the same person, so I just adopt a different position. Ooh. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. Right. You know where I'm going with that one, right? Soothing meditation again. To be, not to be. Always get one girl to choose. If you pick 2, it can be crap. They might. Yeah, absolutely. Again, I've heard about this. If you see a girl that you like and you think, you know, I fancy treating myself to you know what I'm trying to say, right? You just say to that one girl, you have a friend here, and you'll have a much better experience rather than you saying, I'll take them too. Right, Frank DeRosa. Mark Hanley, have an early night. Okay. Right, bend over. A crack you broke rising from the chair in the lobby. I still don't get it. Yeah, a crack you broke rising from the chair in the lobby. I mean, it was a long time ago. I was there in 1996. It's 2002 now. Now, I've obviously told you a little story about something that happened in the Sofitel, so it must be right. And it is a great hotel now called the Pullman. A crack you broke rising from. You know, it's absolutely gone. Bend over. I don't know what it is. Just state it. Just write it, and I'll read it out. Yeah, I've been to Vegas a couple of times. Trust me, more scammers in Vegas. Yeah, at least the Thais scam you with a smile on their face. Only in Thailand. Don't worry about having any paper £50 notes after 30th September. The notes can always be exchanged at your local post office. I think it's the other way around. I think we're talking about the Thai baht rather than the £50 note. Don't worry about having any paper £50 notes after 30. Okay, yeah, because they're introducing the well, they've already brought them out, haven't they? The plastic notes. Right, you said Canary spreads his wings. You say it won't be a long stream tonight and still going at 1 a.m. Well, I make it 10:45. I don't know where you get 1 a.m. from. I've been going for 1 hour 45. Right, Welsh 32. I feel bad for bank robbers with thousands of paper £20 notes buried somewhere and due to get out of prison next year. Yeah, that must be tough, isn't it? You've been in prison for about 10 years and you think, oh, well, it was worth it. I've got all that money laying in a plastic bag buried under the spot X and they're going to change the currency. Right, okay. A statement. Friday Fry Thief. I'm not married and not a monger. Okay. Taxi to Lao. Always carry my room key with me. Walk straight past reception at night with any ladies I've met. Not been challenged. Different staff at night. Yeah, I find not. I'm not saying I don't believe you, Taxi to Lao, but I find that a very difficult one to kind of comprehend because the hotels they normally won't let somebody go up to your room without her leaving her ID at reception. They're really, really strict about it. I don't know what's going on with you there, if you've got some kind of arrangement, but you know, most of the guys I've got as friends who take girls back to the rooms, they can't get to the room if they don't leave the ID. Brian, cheers, mate. Right, you're off to bed. Okay, right, Brian. But I think what I'll do now, you're off. I think we'll do the Ladyboy competition. Now, I'm expecting a lot of right answers because I showed this again, and I'm really pissed that I did it. But oh dear, never mind. Right, okay, Ladyboy competition, same thing. We're well into it now. Hour and 10 minutes, an hour and 50 minutes. So same thing, 8 pictures. Just tell me which one is the lady this time. All right, they're all ladyboys. 7 ladyboys, 1 lady. Which one is the lady? Right, there's quite a few right answers there, and I'm just wondering, have the right answers, is it because you've seen it earlier and you're thinking, aha, remember, I'm going to get this right, or did you forget and you really did get it right? So let's see, Christopher Doyle, you got it right. Paul Shackleton, no. Pacemaker, yes. Simon, yes. Let's see, everyone's yes, but you can remember. Simon, yes. Dry Decker, yes. Harold Bishop, yes. Matthew, yes. No surprise there, is it? Right, Jan K says, I'm 99.9% sure it's number 2. Yeah, I reckon you are as well. Asef says 2. Yours Travel says 4. Darcy, you're talking to someone else, right? Jolly Fox 2. Charles Sanders 2. Yeah, you're right. Okay, there's no point in me sort of going through the answers because I think most of you out there, you've seen the answer and you just repeat it. You've remembered it, haven't you? So let me just cut this short now, and I'll just put the answer up because basically you all know because you've seen the answer. But just to reiterate it, here it is again. Yeah, I mean, it never fails to amaze me. Like I said, I'm really not into ladyboys myself, but you know, I can see why a lot of guys are. I mean, if I didn't know they were guys, I mean, you look at their faces. What can I say? Okay. Matthew says, I don't care. I would go for 4 anyway. Okay. Dry Dicker says UK notes, not Bart here. Okay. So I don't know. I'll have to go back on the comments now and look at this because I didn't know about that. Gemini Star says Jesus Christ. Right. Nick Rogerson. It's the voice and it's the voice and shoulders that are the main giveaway. Yeah, and the thing is, I mean, I'm not trying to be horrible here, but if it's one thing looking at some pictures, but if you see ladyboys in the flesh, as it were, I mean, a lot of them have got big hands, they have big feet, and the Adam's apple as well, but they've got a procedure now to shave that down. Right, I am Joy. I'm not putting that up. Right, Welsh 32. Number 4 can also lay tarmac on your front drive. Yeah, okay. Which one was number 4? I'll have a look later. Right, Kenny T. I would have never guessed until I give you the answer, basically. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. Right, Leeds says I would have picked number 3. It's very, very difficult when you're looking at pictures. Look, if you've not been to Thailand before and you look at this competition every week and you think, oh God, I'm going to get in trouble when I get to Thailand. You're not. It's when you look at pictures, it's very even. I'd get it wrong. But saying that, Buzzing Patty or Trevor, he did it to me, and I got them all right. So there you go. But no, I mean, when you see them in the flesh, in real life, you'll know you won't make a mistake. I mean, I get guys write to me and say, "Oh, well, how can you give me some tips not to take a ladyboy home by mistake?" You won't. You don't take ladyboy by mistake. Right, is it Cheeto Vision? Pretty faces, but naked Franken beans below make me puke. Yeah, a bit more descriptive than I would have put it. But true. But what I would have said is, if you're in any doubt, just ask to see their ID, because when you see their ID, then you know what you're really getting, right? Yeah. I'm with you, Bendover. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Okay. So what he's on about there, because we were talking earlier about any problems in hotels, and you remember the story. And when we opened the Sofitel in Khon Kaen, I was at the time I was I was in food and beverage, and we had to have we had to have a meeting with the owner of the hotel, the Chinese guy who owns was the Sofitel, now the Pullman rather. And there was me, the general manager, the head chef, the owner, his daughter, a local reporter, and we're all sitting on these leather chairs at the time, and we're having this meeting, and I'm kind of like a way down on the pecking order, although I'm part of the management team. And about halfway in, I had to go to the toilet, and it's a big open echoey lobby, and I stood up and I let one rip, and I mean really rip, and everybody looked at each other, and I went to the toilet. I didn't want to come back, but yeah, you're right. Thanks for reminding me of that. Okay. Stephen, Trev also says he made the mistake. Yeah, he did. I did hear him say that before, that he said he took one home by mistake, but he just went for it anyway. Right, MD. If you ask, they'll tell you if they're a ladyboy or not. Yeah, they will. Absolutely, good point. I mean, most of them they won't lie. If you said to one of them, "Are you a girl or ladyboy?" What did you think of that story of the last Saturday? Was it last Saturday? The Indian guy who took the ladyboy by accident in Bangkok, but he told his story, and he gave a different. I can't get the word out. He was telling his story about all the Indians that roam around Pattaya, and I thought that was a pretty good story. Right, Angels Cabell. I've heard the climate is changing a bit in Thailand, and it rains a lot more in Phuket throughout the year. Is there any truth in this? Well, there is a lot of. I don't know if it rains anymore, but it is a country where you do get tropical downpours. October, it seems to be more consistent. If you go sort of July, August, you do get some downpours, but they're very inconsistent. Whether it's raining more, I don't know. But they've always had a problem with flooding, especially in Bangkok and Pattaya. Don't forget, in Bangkok, they used to have a lot of canals. They've still got a lot of canals, but they filled a lot of them in, and as a consequence, they get flooding. Pattaya gets very badly flooded sometimes. There was talk about, I don't know if this will ever come off, but there was something in one of the on one of the websites that they were going to let prisoners, trusted prisoners, go down into the drainage system in Bangkok and just basically clear them out, because they have got drainage systems. But you can imagine over the years, everything that's on the street when it rains goes down the the drains, and over some time it builds up, doesn't it? And the drainage system becomes less efficient. So they had this idea that they would let trusty prisoners go down there. Can you imagine what a job, going down into the drainage and doing that by hand and shovel? But that was something that was bandied around, whether they will or whether they won't. And they keep saying that they're going to improve the systems so that it doesn't flood so easily. But they've been saying that for a long time. Okay, Tom guy, just ask them. They don't want aggro. Even the girls there won't take it badly. They understand too. Just can't. Yeah, absolutely. You know, they don't want to go back to your room and then you get all upset with them. Just ask them. Right. I mean, you're on a roll tonight, I am, Joy. I'll put that up, but I'm not going to say it. Okay. All right. Let's have another beer. Just coming up for 2 hours. I'm going to feed off the chat now because I've been going for a while. I will do, Damien, if you're out there, I am going to do your clip one more time because it is a masterpiece. And I do hope other guys send in their clips. You know, maybe there's other guys out there who want to do the Ed Sweeney impersonation. Why not? You know, send it in and I'll put a bit of music with it and I'll do it again. Same as I did for Damon. Right, bear with me. Right, okay. Let's see. Okay, Jeffrey says, Peter, is January a good time to go to Thailand? Is it earlier? Is it early bed? Well, yeah, January's okay. The thing is, January, you're coming to the end of the high season because no, not so much November, but towards the end of November, December, January, it's cooler. I was there in December and it was like 28 degrees as opposed to 38 degrees. And that makes a big difference because when you're out, I was staying in Soi 8, Sukhumvit Soi 8 when I was in Bangkok in the stable lodge. And when I used to come back at the end of the night, there was an open air bar. And generally, you know, you're sitting there and you're like, God, it's hot. But at 28 degrees, it was quite nice in the evening. Is January a good time to go? Yeah, you'll get some good. The good thing about January, you'll get some good prices on the tickets. It's very hot this time of year, June, July, August. It'll still be fairly cool in January, but it heats up quite quickly. I left on the 5th of January, and I noticed a difference between December, sort of leading up to Christmas. It was real, not cool. It never gets that cool in Thailand. But I could really notice a difference from, say, the second week in December to the first week in January. There was a big difference. It heated up quite quickly. Right. Only in Thailand. Peter, your 4 cans of St. Easton, is it Easton? How do you pronounce it? Etienne lager from Aldi for $2.99. Sounds okay. Lidl do a similar 440 ml cans called Galarox, is it? 4.6, same price, and I have no complaints with them. Try this. It is a really, really good beer, honestly. I mean, I've had beer from all around the world. In the UK, I was always kind of into the 1066. You know, it's about £4 for 4 cans, £1 a can. And this stuff, obviously, they've ripped off the design of Stella, but Stella, I wouldn't brush my teeth with it. But this is a really, really good beer. You know, if this was £5 for 4 cans, I wouldn't stop buying it. It's a really delicious beer. Can you say delicious for a beer? It's a good beer. Right. Okay. Where are we? Mazza again. Right. My mate's first time in Thailand was hilarious. Our first night there in Nana Plaza, he was so scared of pulling a ladyboy. He was asking every girl if she was a ladyboy. Some didn't. Yet you will offend them. You can offend them, actually. If you got a pretty girl in a bar and say, you a ladyboy, you're basically saying you look like a guy or, you know, something like that. Be careful. Right, Clive again. Same climate change the world over, not just Thailand. Yeah, but they've only got 2 seasons in Thailand. Some people will argue and say they've got 3 seasons, but it's actually 2 seasons. Matthew Cartwright. No, you always say that, Matthew. I am on the beer. I will go for a while longer, but I don't know what it is. I feel really tired tonight. I think it's the heat. Right, Deep the Trucker. Peter, how many beers left in your cooler box? I don't know. Let me have a look. Oh, right. Let's have a look. 1. But if the camera faced over there, you'd see there's like a case over there, but they're not cold. I never used to buy beer by the case. I used to just buy like 4 of them or so. But the thing is, Aldi, you know, Aldi's like, you got to make a special trip, and you know it's busy, isn't it? So I tend to buy a case and a bottle of whiskey, and that'll last me for the week or so. Right. Okay. Yeah, that'd be something funny, wouldn't it? Paul Hoskin, does Damon do a Thailand-bound impression? Do you know what the thing is with Damon? I would love it if he did an impression of me, but the thing is, he would be he wouldn't do it because he'd feel like he was offending me. He's that sort of guy. If I phoned him up tomorrow and said, look, Damon, do me, because I said to him once, he did a few impressions of different YouTubers. He didn't make videos, but we were talking and he did the voiceovers, and some of them were quite good. And I said, so if you did an impression of me, what would it be? And he told me, and I was like, really? And if I said to him, look, do an impression, I'll put it up, then he wouldn't do it because he'd just feel like he's offended me. Nice to have a serious question again from you, Paul. Right. You won't do it, Damon. You won't do it. Right. Okay. It's been a long time coming. You've asked for it. You've asked for it. Here we go. I know I'm overplaying this tonight, but who gives a damn? Right. Where are we? Where is it? No, wrong one.
Are we live? Who's in the chat? Thailand bound. What's he say? What have you got for your dinner tonight? Well, tonight I have the Aldi 1.99 shepherd's pie special. And I've got a sneaky feeling I'm really going to enjoy this. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at that. Let's have a little go. Oh, God Almighty! Let's have a. Let's do it again. Let's try it again. Wash it down with a bit of this. Oh, bloody lovely stuff. Oh, let's get a little bit of a top up on that. The old Kronenberg. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, fucking.
Brilliant. Well done, Damon. Just looking at some of the comments here. Tommy Guy, doing Ed, you want to repeat things 2 or 3 times. I just think there's nothing wrong with repeating it. I mean, look, guys come in early, they go to sleep. Guys come in late. He put the effort in. It's a good clip, you know. I mean, if we won't show it again, but well done to Damon. That was very, very funny. And if anybody ever sent me a clip taking me off, as long as it didn't take the piss too much, I would show it. I'd probably edit it and do something similar like that. Right. Okay. There was a question here by Asef. Right. Let me put that up there. So you said, Peter, do you get whiskey from Aldi? If so, which one, mate? Yeah, I do actually. Wes, you're in. Good. I'll come to you in a minute. I get this. It's really good value. Look, it's called Highland Earl, and it's $14.99 for a litre. And actually, the same whiskey, the Co-op brand, which is exactly the same, probably comes from the same factory, probably the same bottle, just a different label. They'll charge me £18.50. but I can get that, believe it or not, an oldie for £14.99, and a case of the beer I can't pronounce for I forget what the case costs, but it's basically £2.99 for 4. And you know, I'm not believe it or not, you probably don't believe this, I'm not a big drinker. I don't really drink in the week too much, a couple of beers maybe. But you know, I like to buy in bulk so I don't have to keep running to the shops. And I think Oldie's products are great. You know, I didn't like Oldie, but the local one that we've got here, they've upgraded it and it's quite fast now and the products are good. So yeah, I mean, you know, the alcohol that you get, it's a bit of hit and miss. If you're a wine drinker or something like that, whiskey, vodka, you have to buy maybe 1 or 2 times and then you'll get the one you like, but definitely savings. Right, Wes, thank you for the super chat. Good morning, Peter. Loved your 30 tips on Thailand. Great to see other people's elaborations on their own experience on topics mentioned. Well, Wes, on Sunday, I've got yet another 30 tips, okay? So 60 tips. There won't be a volume 3 because I can't think of anything else. But thanks for the super chat, Wes. Always appreciated. How many beers do I owe you now? Right. The fake hair Sweeney says, Damon should be nominated for an Oscar. He was really worried, you know. He said, oh, I don't know whether you should play it or not because people are going to take the mick. They're going to say it was crap. And, you know, and I said, look, just go with it. Nobody's going to say it's crap. Right. Okay. Look, you know what? It's Daisy time, guys. They won't water themselves. I'll be back in half a minute. Okay. All right. Thanks for being patient. Okay. So let's see. Where are we? I've lost my place here. Let me. Right, Deke. Peter, will you be cracking open a wee cheeky Highlander? Yeah, I've been doing a stealth version. What I didn't tell you, you see this liter here. What I do is I decant it into that, and then what I do when you're not looking, when I run a competition, I do a cheeky one there. Look. See? Cheers. Oh, it's all good stuff, isn't it? I'm surprised tonight at some of the comments. You know, when you know, talking about me not retiring, but going to Thailand to live. I'm surprised that there's people who sort of come in and said, "Oh, you know, it's sad you're not enjoying your life in England and stuff." That really surprises me because I've explained it and not having a go at them, but I'm really surprised they don't get it. Right. Thank you, Jeffrey. Very kind. Peter, you're worth much more, but come on, you don't have to. $1. It's your money. You work hard for your money, mate. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. You don't have to say things like that. Peter, you're worth much more, but it's been a bad month for me. I just want to say thank you. I love your channel. I hope to see you one day. Jeffrey, you'll get your money back because if you see me in Bangkok, I would definitely buy you a beer back, okay? I'm not a tight ass. There's no forks in my sugar bowl when you come around my house. But thank you, and it's much appreciated. And like I say every week, if somebody gives me $1, I will still say thank you because you work very hard for your money. I work hard for my money, and it's always appreciated. Paul Shackleton, thank you, mate. Thank you. For next week's bottle, I've lasted longer than the... Do you know what? I'll buy it, Paul. Look, I've got half now, right? And what I'll do, I'll go up to Aldi next week because I need another case in about... What day is it today? Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, I'll go up on Wednesday. And when I buy a bottle, I'll buy it and I'll try and remember to say thanks to you next week. I'll probably forget that it was you that gave me it, but just remind me next week. And if I've got it here, I'll show it. But it's very generous of you. Thank you. Okay, where are we? With the comments now, I'm jumping to them to there. I'm going from the bottom to the top and back down. Right, Mike, how you doing? Sleep time for me now, Pete. Cheers. Good night. We'll catch your stories tomorrow. Yeah, I've got some nice stories again, Mike. Some good stories. The good thing about the stories tomorrow, I've got some very old pictures of Pattaya tomorrow again. I've done them into a little montage. It's really hard to get very old original pictures. Most people, if they've got a YouTube channel and they show old pictures of Pattaya or Bangkok, what they do, they pinch them from Google. They go onto Google and they type in vintage Pattaya, old Pattaya, Pattaya in the 60s, and they see some pictures and they nick them, they pinch them, right? But there's a guy called Merrill who's a big fan of the stories. He doesn't come onto the live streams. I forget his last name. Let me just see if I can, because he does deserve a shout. It really does. He's giving me pictures. He did it the last time. He sent me a load of pictures. There we are. Merrill Mainyard. You never know. He might watch this. He was in the Navy and he spent some time in Thailand a couple of times a while back. And so the stories tomorrow, the last stories tomorrow, he sent me some pictures that he took on an Instamatic camera. And it's very hard to get hold of old pictures because, as I say, most people, they just recycle them. They steal them from Google. And this guy had a camera and he's got booklets from Pattaya. So tomorrow, at the end of the third story, I will show his pictures. And they're quite interesting. I've made them into a montage. And, you know, you'll definitely enjoy them. But I'll tell you what we'll do now. What did you say there, Jeffrey? You're welcome. Thank you, and shout. Yeah, you're welcome, Jeffrey. Thank you. We've had this picture up a long time, haven't we? We've got to get rid of that and do some of this. There we go. Right. Okay. Okay. Guns and Plebs. I love listening to the stream while I paint cars for work. Do you mean this Guns and Plebs? Do you mean the stories? Because most of the guys that I've spoken to, because I do have contact with quite a lot of viewers who'll contact me, and if somebody sends me a number, I'll give them a call if they want me to answer a question. And a lot of guys, what they tell me, the feedback I get is, yeah, the live streams they watch, but when they listen to the stories, they don't sit there watching me. They tend to do things like clean the car, or they're in the gym, or they walk the dog, and that's fine. That's fine. That's fair enough. But what I would say to you, if you're one of those guys who like the stories, but you don't actually watch me, and I don't blame you for not watching me, the end of the third story, make sure you're watching, because there's about 20 old pictures that were taken around Pattaya, bar girls, all sorts, and with some nice music, and you should get a kick out of them. Right, yours travels again. My comments were saying I enjoy England. No, I'm not offended, yours travel. Absolutely not offended. You don't have to defend yourself. I did get kind of where you were coming from, but you said my comments were saying I enjoy England. Nothing to do with you, Peter. I said the other comment was below the belt. But I missed that because the streams go so fast. I kind of missed it. I wasn't offended in any way. All I'm saying is I'm 62. I'm entitled to my own opinions, like everybody else. Opinions like arseholes. Everyone's got one, including me, right? All I'm saying is I've done my bit here. I've lived in Thailand a lot of years, all over. I've been on vacation a lot of times. I know what's there. Okay, I know what's here in the UK. I know what's there. Me and my wife still staying friends. We're separating. I've got to think, do I want to live in a small flat here and watch Netflix every night, or do I want to live in Bangkok and you know, have a lot of fun? That's what I want to do. But I was absolutely not offended, yours travel, so don't worry about that. Right, Harold Bishop. I'm off, thanks, Peter. Well, Harold, you're an amateur, mate. An amateur. No, I'm only joking. Thanks for being here. It's that picture. It's always, you know, you got to change that picture. Right. Jeffrey Yamoto again. Guns, I love listening to the stories while I drive long haul in the USA. Jeffrey, I remember you now because you did actually write to me and you told me that. You said when you listen to the stories, you're driving, driving across the USA. And you can still focus on the road and still get amazing content. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, David. Yeah, I'll tell you the problem there, though, David. People who go to Thailand a lot will always love to live there. Different world, weather, people, and the way of life. Cheap living and able to travel around Thailand, culture, and a way of life. And you know what? The people just make you feel great, don't you? When I go there, I don't feel like I'm 62. I feel like I'm a young man again, you know. But I tell you where some people come unstuck. They think they've gone to Thailand maybe just for a week or 2 weeks, or maybe they've had a few months there, and they think, right, I'm in a good financial position. I'm going to retire in Thailand. I said this a few weeks ago, actually. And they make their plans, and it all goes out the window because what happens, they end up in Nana Plaza or some beer bar. They meet some girl who they hook up with, and it all goes wrong. You know, if you can stay focused, if you know enough about Thailand, your experience, and you know that, okay, I'm not going to be distracted. I know where I'm going. Then yeah, you can have a good time. Chris, with your crystal ball, do you think we'll see girls and scenes again, like the background photo, anytime soon? Oh yeah, well, you know, it's all starting to get back to normal now, Chris. There's a big debate amongst people online about, you know, all these girls who are making money online. They go in front of a camera. They've got 30 guys in there paying them $20, $100 to undo their top button, and people say, oh, the girls will never come back to the bars. Of course they will. Of course they will. Right, Kenny T. Kenny T, you go from being invisible when you're over 55 in the UK to being a superstar in Thailand. Well, I'm not looking to be a superstar, but I do agree with that. It's not about being invisible. It's just the UK is geared up for. It's not geared up for older people, right? I mean, I keep people have said to me in the past, stop telling us you're 62, you're not old, but I'm not young, am I? It's, you know what it's like, guys. You know, I mean, a lot of my followers on YouTube, they're my kind of age, and there's a lot of good things about the UK. The UK is, as much as they say about the NHS, you know, first rate. You know, schools are a decent standard, and you know they're free apart from you pay your taxes. You know, doctors. I know there's a problem now; you can't get an appointment and everything. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm in a kind of position now where, you know, all that doesn't mean anything to me anymore. How long have I got left? I don't sound like it morbid, but you know, I'm 62. Will I get another 20 years in Thailand? Will I get 10 years? You know, will I have a heart attack tomorrow? I don't know. But while I'm still alive and kicking, I want to enjoy myself now. I've always done things for other people. I've done things for my wife. I've done things for my kids. I've lent people money. You know, I've done a lot of favors that have backfired on me actually. And you know, I've just got to the point in life now where I think I deserve to spend a few years in the sun. What's wrong with that? Why not? Why not? Right. Hey, Mark Hewitt. Good to see you. I get my coffee going and start my Saturday mornings with a story. Yeah, Mark, I know you love the stories, and it's good to see you in the stream. Right, Damien, I hope this is not going to be rude. Firstly, thank you for the super chat. I'll send that back tomorrow. Thank you for your friendship and kindness over the last 3. I'm going to stop right now, David. No, thank you for your friendliness and kindness over the last 3 years, Peter. Have a great weekend off to Goodwood. Yeah, you're going to Goodwood on Sunday, aren't you? Festival of Speed this weekend. All the best regards, Damien. Yeah. Thanks, Damien. I hope you enjoy that. When are you going? You're going on Sunday, right? I won't call you tomorrow because, as I always say, I know you start work tomorrow. If you want to give me a call, you know when I'm out with the dog, I won't call you, definitely. If you want to call me, you're welcome. If you want to have a laugh about the video, then maybe we can do something else in the future on that. Right, only in Thailand. When my Thai girlfriend was at work, I went to the park hoping to sit on a park bench, and is this going to be rude? In the sunshine. I was amazed to find all the park benches in direct sunlight were empty. Type of people. Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. You'll see when you walk around Bangkok, especially, you'll see girls. They have umbrellas, you know, because they don't want, you know, it's a really a lot of the products. I was going to say all, but a lot of the products they put a bleaching agent into them because the Thais. It's not like they respect us because we've got white skin. They want white skin because they see white skin as they just don't want dark skin. So yeah, you're right. You'll always get a seat in a sunny bench. Okay, I enjoy Peter. Which oxygen bottle you recommend when in the bars? Peter, which oxygen bottle? You're talking about your cell phone oxygen, right? I think you have to take your own. If I'm catching what you're saying right, Jeffrey. I'm not an expert, but I think the online presence is probably a much smaller group of ladies. This is true with online dating. It seems like a lot, but because it is but zoomed out, it's as small as a quarter. Yeah, you know, I mean, you can't blame the girls for going online, but like I said 5 minutes ago, you know, there's some guys say to me, oh, you know, when I go back, there'll be no girls in the bars, are all online. They're not all online, okay? And I kind of agree with you there. Right. Mark Hanley again. Yours travels. I'm okay. You're talking to someone else. Right, Tom Young Guy. Jeffrey. Okay, you're talking to someone else. I'm looking for the comments now where people are actually going to write something that I can tell everybody about. Okay, that's kind of a bone of contention there. You said, Kenny T, you said dark skin means you are poor. So you're talking about how the Thais think about other Thais. So it's true to say that a lot of the Isan people, not just girls, they have dark skin because they work the fields, you know. Not all of them. And people think if you go to Isan, it's absolutely broke. There's no money up there. There's a lot of wealth in Isan, but there is a lot of poverty as well, and it is a farming community, rural area. And of course, a lot of the girls, you'll see them covered up when they're on construction sites in Bangkok. They cover themselves. You think, how can they work like that? They must be so hot. But they don't want to get dark skin because it's yeah, I mean, they might think they're poor. They've come from the Isan because they got dark skin, but they definitely like to stay light. Okay, Peter, watch Trev's video on rebound. Even if he figures online girls will be a negative, at least short term. Yeah, I mean, I'm not disagreeing with Trevor. I mean, I know Trevor is your friend now. What I'm trying to say is I'm trying to say that it's not like you'll go around patio and there'll be no girls in the bars because they've all discovered online and all of them are saying, right, well, we don't have to go to the bars anymore. Yeah, there will be some clever girls who do it. There's some pretty girls. Look at the girls in the background there. I'm sure they could make money if they went online. So I'm not saying I can't really explain it. What I'm trying to say is the people who run, let me say it in a different kind of way. Okay, I'm getting tongue-tied here, right? The people who run the bars are very, very clever at what they do, okay? The mamasans, the managers, the owners, okay? They're not going to let their bars close down because they can't get girls. Do you know what I mean? Right? So they are Thais. A lot of those bars are owned by Thais. They're clever. They know what they're doing, and they will get the girls in the bars. Now, does that mean there won't be any girls online? Of course there will be girls online, okay? There's clever people in Thailand. But I'm not a member of the camp that says there will be no girls in the bars. Right. Christopher Dorr, Joe, I just got some terrible, oh, this is a joke. Okay. I just got some terrible news regarding my friend's Thai wife. She has just been diagnosed with prostate cancer. God almighty. Right. Right. Jen Barnacle, the pie size is not fixed. The development of online fitness only grows acceptability of server lifestyles and will increase the number of girls. All right. Lots of thoughts on the online thing. I enjoy hot tip for us pensioners. Switch to Viagra eye drops. Will stop you getting a heart attack, but it makes you look hard. Dear, oh dear. Nick T, yeah, thanks for becoming a member tonight, Nick. I think I mentioned that earlier. Have you booked your flight? No, not at all, Nick. I'll tell you why. Because I thought this time last year, I thought if they took away the Thailand pass, I'll be like a racehorse at the gate. I'll be away. But you know what? I'm not in a rush. I don't need to go. I'm trying to sell my house now. I'm trying to wrap up things at this end. You know, the channel's going okay with the stories and everything, so I'm not in a rush. I think hopefully I'd really like to believe I'll be living in Thailand full time from around October, beginning of November. That would be nice. Mark Hanley, has anyone tried an online hookup? I think most people have, to be honest with you, Mark. But don't come under the illusion that if you meet a girl online that she's not at it. You know what I mean? Because a lot of them, that's another place to make money. A lot of input from yours travels tonight. Worked in Manchester a lot. Everton fan. Don't mind Max. Okay. Right, a new one. I haven't seen you in before. Toy collector. Dark skin in Asia means you're a labourer. Yeah, it's yeah. I can't really add to that. It is true, actually. Like I say, you know, if you see the workers, the construction workers in Bangkok, you know, they're from out of town, aren't they? They build all the skyscrapers, all the big buildings. They're all wrapped up. You know, the funniest thing, one of the funniest things I've ever seen in Thailand, when I lived there, I used to drive a car. And something that was really funny, it just sticks out of my mind. I don't know why. I did this. I did a video called 20 Personal Memories of Thailand, just about things that stick out of my mind. But you might not have seen that video. But I remember once when they were building it was when they were building the BTS. They had these big red iron girders, and I'd be driving along Siam Square. I was around Siam Square, and I've just thought, you know, that picture before, I was going to do a competition. That was Siam Square, and I forgot to do the competition. Anyway, so I'm driving along through Siam Square, and you've got the big red girder up there, and there's all construction workers. And one of them, I could see a girl, and she was next to a guy working. I could tell she was a girl because although she was completely wrapped up, she had long hair. So I could tell it was a girl. And I was stuck in traffic, and I was just looking up, and I was actually thinking to myself, you know, I'm kind of blessed. You know, imagine I was up there in the heat, wrapped up like that, you know, and I was feeling sorry for them. And I was just looking, you know, I was stuck in traffic, just kept watching, looking, watching. And the girl, she grabbed the guy next to him, the girl who wrapped up, right? Next to her is a guy. She put her hand on his backside and like squeezed his backside like this. I was like, oh, wow, you know, really, really strange, really strange. Okay, right, Jolly Fox. Peter, did you eat at Siam Pratigon's basement food court while you were in Bangkok? I don't think I've been to that one. I don't think I've been to that one. But again, in the Tips on Sunday, Volume 2, I talk about food courts in a big way. Right, JTSOTW. I was in Thailand February and March 2002. There were hundreds of girls in the bars in Pattaya, 100 plus in Nana Plaza. When was that? February. Okay. I was in Nana Plaza in December, and they had a band on the ground floor and a few like outside bars open. It was very quiet. Okay. Right, let me just, Wes, you've done it again. You've got to live the dream, mate. But for us, Perth is looking a better option job-wise for the missus. She's looking at doing patient transport. Yeah, and don't forget, I'm sure you know this because I mentioned it last week, Wes, Perth now, Thai Airways have started to, from July, they're putting on direct flights to Bangkok again. I believe it's 7 hours direct from Perth. They'd actually suspended the service. And Thai Airways on their Facebook page have announced that they are starting the flights again from Perth direct to Bangkok, 7 hours, and that's from July. Okay, right. Craig, another new name. I put a profile on the Thai Friendly app. Within 10 minutes, had several messages and a phone call. Thought it's all a bit too fast to be real. Quickly removed profile and deleted the app. Yeah. You'll get a lot of hits. When I know guys who put those apps on their phones when they're in Thailand, and it's like, it goes crazy. And these guys say to me, you know, if I was in my own country and I put a dating app, I'd be lucky if I get one match a month. If that, I'd be lucky. I'd be really on it. You know, when they're in Thailand, you know, the phone is like it's on fire. You know, it doesn't stop sort of getting the matches. I'm sure it's because they're all handsome men. All right. Okay. Right, I'll just say once again, guys, I do say this every week. If I've missed your comments, apologies. They come through quite fast, and I'm kind of sifting through them now because a lot of you guys are talking to each other. So I'm trying to find the comments where you're actually asking a genuine question or you just want to say something. I'm trying to find them. And sometimes when I go down, I miss other comments. So if you've got something to say and I've missed it, I'm not doing it on purpose. Rewrite it, and if I see it, I'll read it out, okay? Paul Shackleton says, guys aren't always wearing bear goggles when online. Okay, yeah. Jen says, appreciate the work, Peter. Good luck on relocation. Yeah, I need it. I really do, but thanks. Harold Bishop, I thought you'd gone to bed. Great stream, Peter. I've had 4 cans. Like, let me try and pronounce it. How do you pronounce it? Saint E. I can't pronounce it. I'm going to go on YouTube and type it in and say, how do you pronounce it? Because I've never heard it said. Once I've heard it said once, I'll know. Great stream, Peter. I've had 4 cans from Aldi night. Oh, yeah. Okay. Thanks, Harold. You probably won't see me say thanks because it's probably an old message. Yeah, I kind of agree with that up to a point, Tom Yum Guy. The dark skin thing is from ancient times. And I'll tell you why I kind of agree with that, because in the, like, you guys know me, right? I first got off an aeroplane in Dong Muang Airport in 1991, believe it or not. I was a young man. I showed you my photograph when I was 31. I won't show it again, but I've got my old passport here. And I actually did show you my photograph. There's a stamp in there from 1991 when I first landed in Bangkok, and I was 31 on that photograph. And what was the comment? The dark skin thing is a thing of the ancient time. Yeah, I mean, I kind of go with that because there were a lot of things that Thais thought in the 90s about foreigners and their own people that aren't relevant now. And I'll give you another example, right? When I went out with a friend, when I first got to Thailand in 91, 92, I used to go out with a friend who was quite a portly gentleman. Let's put it this way. He was quite plump, actually. He was a fat bastard. But he was a really nice guy. And he had a big stomach, you know, really big. He's a beer drinking glutton, you know, and he had a big stomach. And when I used to go out with him, remember, I was young, so I was a slim, mean, I don't want to say it. I used to go out with this guy who was really fat, and the girls used to come up and rub his stomach, right? And I was like, what's all this about? And it used to be in Thailand that if you had a big stomach, they used to think this guy's a wealthy guy. Why? Because he's fat, which means he can afford to eat. So they'd rub his stomach, and their belief was that if you rub the guy's stomach because he's fat and wealthy, that wealth somehow would transfer to you. That was how it was. So Tommy and Guy, by you saying the dark skin is a thing of the past, yeah, absolutely, because it's still relevant as far as the Thais don't like dark skin, and it's still relevant as far as in Isan they work the fields, so they do tend to get dark skin. But there are a lot of things that people say now that aren't relevant anymore. One of the biggest things, believe it or not, is the buffalo thing. You know, like my buffalo is sick, I need money. That's redundant now. It's a joke. You know, foreigners say it, but you'd never ever hear a bar girl say, I've got a sick buffalo and I need money. It's just something from the past, but it's funny, isn't it? So why not? Okay, Mazza says, I booked flights and hotels for an old guy I know for his first trip to Thailand. He leaves the UK on July 3rd for 2 weeks. Am I right in saying he won't need the Thailand pass? When is it? July? No, he won't need it. July the 1st, it's cancelled. He will need, what does he need now? Yeah, the Thailand, there's the masks are cancelled. Thailand pass is cancelled. Does he need the insurance? I can't remember. I don't think he needs the insurance either, neither. He does. What he needs to do, he needs to show proof that he's had 2 vaccinations. But yeah, it's cancelled on the 1st of July, so he should be okay. Right. P. Don't be shy about asking online if they are ladyboys. I don't have any experience. I've been married for 33 years. I'm going to be single for the first time in 33 years. I'm going to Thailand. I will be single. A young, lean, sexual machine, but not really. Maybe not so young. Right. Okay, let me just say thank you to that super chat. JTSOTW20. A great stream and stories as always. Thank you. I appreciate that. Very, very kind of you. And I do really appreciate it. Some good stories tomorrow. You'll like the photographs tomorrow. You really will. Right. Where are we? Okay, let's repeat some of the videos. I did these earlier. Some of them are funny. We won't do the Damien one again because that's been done 3 times now. Let's just get you in the mood. Your thing is, shall I go to Thailand or shall I not go to Thailand? Familiar sounds.
Hello, welcome. Hello, welcome.
สถานีต่อไปนานา Next station นานา
It's all coming back now, isn't it? Book your ticket, guys. Right, okay. I wish I knew how to pronounce your name. If you said it once and I heard it, I would know. Is it Nagio? It's a little bit like a Vietnamese name. Right, Peter, I heard the bar fine and ladies' price has really gone up due to the bars having to pay the girls more money to work at the bar. Yeah, absolutely. It's a supply and demand, isn't it? I mean, if you got 100 girls in a bar and 10 guys, then, you know, it's going to be cheap, isn't it? But if you've got 100 guys and 10 girls, then, you know, the guys are going to be stabbing each other in the back and the girls can ask what they want. We'll see. It's just starting to open up. Let's not try to look into the future, predict the future. Even when I was there in December, it wasn't bad. I mean, look, you know, people, I'll get emails tomorrow and comments from people saying, listen, you keep saying you're married. You're a bit of a scumbag because you keep talking about short time bar girls and all the rest of it, but yet you're married. I feel sorry for your wife. But they don't know my full situation, right? So what I would say to you, when I was in Pattaya with Trevor in December, I went around the bars. There were a lot of ladies, a lot of girls. But what I noticed is the younger ones, like you see in the pictures here, what are they, 28, 25, they weren't there. Well, maybe not this picture. Let me put another picture up. The younger ones were not there. And when I say the younger ones, to any sort of Western armchair critics who watch this tomorrow, when I say young, I'm talking 25 up, okay? There wasn't a lot of them around. It was all, you know, they were older girls, very pretty, but it's just, you know, what can I say? I don't think you'll go into a bar and there won't be any girls. Right, Bob J, another new name. Yeah, Maz, I sometimes say to Thais, see you in 2 weeks. Okay. Okay, I don't know whether to take this with a pinch of salt. Gemini Star, Captain Peter, the experienced monger. Not yet, but I will be single. Right, Ivan, just got home in time for the live stream show. Oh, not a lot left, Ivan. We've been gone for 2 hours and 36 minutes, but good to see you in the stream. Tommy and Guy again. All right. Jeffrey, you said you were going to bed because you're tired. What are you still doing up? Get to bed. Right, Peter, you were a lean machine. I know you can't say it, but heard you. All right. Okay. Right. Ivan says, what about if they say her parents are sick, same as well, that's what it is. That's what they say now, isn't it? They'll say, I mean, the most common thing, so I've heard from friends, is they'll say things like, you know, I come from a very poor family. He sounds poor. I work in the bars to support my family, but I'm living from day to day. I'm not taking the mickey. I'm just telling you how it is, right? They'll say things like, you know, my mother, she's quite old now. She's sick. I can't really afford the medicine. And you know, a white knight, I said, well, how much is it? Oh, it's 5,000 baht. That would put her on the straight and narrow. And they're like, do my good deed for the day. There's 5,000. Send it to your mother. Or, you know, my brother, he goes to school, very poor. He rides a motorcycle because the school's 8 kilometers away. It's only a little motorbike with the engine's blown up, and it's, you know, it's 4,000 baht. There's no way I can pay it. And, you know, a white knight will think, oh, you know, put the brother back in school, feels good about himself. So it's all this sort of thing, you know, and it's not the sick buffalo anymore. No. Right. Where's again? My missus covers up, but she's more concerned about UV damage rather than being dark. She's always make sure I wear sunscreen when out in the sun. Yeah. I don't know if you know this, but it is actually illegal to use sunscreen on a lot of on the beaches in Thailand, and they're very strict about it because it harms the coral. Is it the coral? But it's fines. They start very high on this sort of thing. It's about $600 US. So you shouldn't really take sunscreen to the beach. Okay, at your hotel pool. All right, hard shooter. Peter's middle class got a few £100,000 in his bank account. Okay, for some, and people send him money. That always makes me laugh when people say that. So hard tulips, right? Right. Let me tell you the truth about this. So what hard tulips are. I don't want to say anything nasty or rebuttal in a really bad way because hard tulips been in the stream for a long time. But I'll tell you how it really is. Okay, you've put Peter's middle class. He's got a few £100,000 in the bank. Okay for some, and people send him money. Laugh out loud. Okay, so you're not being nasty, but I'll tell you in a really briefly my story. Okay, I was born legitimately. I didn't. My mother, she was Irish. She came over to London. She got pregnant very young. I was born without a father. I was adopted. I left school when I was 15. I went straight into a steelworks. I did manual work, 16-hour days, time and a half, double shifts because I'd never had money growing up. And I used to give half of my, I got adopted. My adopted father died when I was 9 years old of a massive heart attack. He was only 47 years old. I had a brother and a sister. When I went to the steelworks when I was 15, I used to come home every Friday with a brown paper pay. They used to pay us in cash. And every Friday night, you'd go to a cashier's window, you get a little envelope. I'd take that home and I'd give half of my salary directly to my mother because that's how it was done in those days. So I did the steelworks thing until I was about 21. And then I discovered it wasn't for me. I wanted to better myself because I didn't have the education because I left school when I was 15 because the emphasis was helping my mother support my brother and my sister. Okay, true story. Just because of your comment there. And I know you didn't mean it in a malicious way. But then what happened is I realized that I, without trying to sound snobbish, I felt that I could do more than just work in a steelwork. So what I did, I put myself through college at a later age, and I got some qualifications. I went into the hotel industry. So I had quite a successful career in the hotel industry. I worked for probably 30 odd years in 5-star hotels. I worked for a major hotel chain. I was eventually transferred to the Bangkok office, which is how I ended up in Southeast Asia. I didn't waste my money. I didn't go out pissing it up every night. So what I did, I saved. I lived in the hotels. I lived on probably £50 a month because everything was provided. The money I had, I invested. I bought some property when I came back to the UK. My YouTube channel gives me a little bit of money for people appreciate what I do. A few tips here and there. I get a few beers, maybe a litre of whiskey if I'm lucky. I don't make big money of it. I now do make, it's true to say, I do get paid from Google Island. I make money. I get a kind of salary every month because I've got, my numbers have kind of grown to the point where they're willing to pay me some money, but it's kind of money where it would be good to support a hobby. So if I had a motorbike, basically the money that Google pay me would pay for my motorbike's running costs. Okay. So as far as being middle class, not, and I know you didn't mean this in a malicious way, so I'm not having a go at you, Hard Tulip, but I just want to state my case because I'm not looking for tissues or a medal or the violin. I did work very, very hard to get to where I am today, and I am not from a middle class family. I don't have £100,000 in the bank, and yeah, I do get. You got me on the last one. All right, okay, right, okay. Next one, Peter. My advice was to other watchers: people shouldn't be shy about asking the ladyboy question. Yeah, that's fine. Where's Appleyard again? Yes, put it on before you go to beach. There is something. That's it. Yeah. So what you're saying is put it on before you go to the beach. But right, in the video this Sunday, 30 more tips. I do mention about this, you know, because they are quite strict on it. But one thing I have mentioned is that if you, like me, if you go to the beach and you don't use suntan lotion, that's fine, because in Thailand, when you sit on the beach, it's a canopy of umbrellas, basically, right? So you look out, you can see the sea, it's all very nice, but the direct sunlight doesn't come down on your body. If you pay, I think it's 30 baht now, is it, to sit on a deck chair? You sit on a deck chair, the lady looks after you all day. They're great, aren't they? That's one reason to go to Thailand, you know, sit on the beach all day. And but basically you have a canopy of umbrellas, and they do it very well so the sun doesn't penetrate. I've never actually used suntan lotion in Thailand. I've never felt the need. Okay, Jeffrey, you're still up. Go on then, we'll have yours. Peter, your story is very touching. You're a man of honor. Okay, thank you. Hard work and ambitious. You earn every bit of it despite difficult certain ranking. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Jeffrey, look, I'm not looking for any sympathy or medals or anything like that, but it is a fact of life that in the 70s, life was not as easy as it is now. You know, you see things on the news. We live a better lifestyle. I mean, I remember when I was a kid growing up, I mean, we didn't have mobile. No, I don't want to go down there. I sound like when I was a lad, it was better. Okay, and it gets a bit depressing. But thank you, Jeffrey. I appreciate your comment there. Right, happy. First time in Thailand. Old Dong Mueang Airport. Yeah, I know it well, and I think that was a better airport. Felt like being in 1970s movie set. As for Bangkok, me and pals felt like rabbits caught in the headlight. Okay, so let me talk about this comment a little bit. The old Dong Mueang Airport, I used to like it. You know, I was a smoker back then. The Thais were very much relaxed, more relaxed. And in the airport, I don't remember if you're an older guy and you used to go through the Dong Mueang Airport very often. If you took a night flight, they used to have a big kind of, they called it a restaurant on the upper levels in the airport in Dong Mueang when you were leaving. It was like a staff canteen. It was massive, right? Massive. And you go up there at sort of 10 o'clock at night, a night flight, rather, not 10 o'clock. The night flights used to go out about 1 in the morning. You'd check in real early and everything. You'd be up there about 11:30, get yourself a beer. I always used to get a beer, sit in the corner, signs everywhere, no smoking, no smoking. But it wasn't like it is today where they actually mean it. And I'd go upstairs to this big kind of restaurant, which was like a works cafeteria, and I'd sit right in the corner there, draft Heineken. Was it Heineken or Singer? I can't remember. It doesn't, not important to the story. I'd have the cigarettes, and I'd sit there, get my laptop up, and I didn't have a YouTube channel, obviously, back then. I think this was around came back in 2000, probably talking 97, 98. And I used to sit in this big kind of restaurant upstairs waiting for my flight. I'd have a cigarette on the go. I'd have my beer there, laptop. Happy as Larry, happy as Larry. That's all gone out the window now, unfortunately. Right, Tommy McGuy again. Hard Tulip is splitting assets to help the wife and daughters to... Right, Hard Tulip, he's splitting assets to help the wife and daughters too. I seriously doubt he's got the money you think. Do you know what? This will surprise you. I'm not actually splitting any assets with my wife and daughters. I'm actually giving them it all. Because what it is, I still, this might sound a bit kind of creepy, right? But I actually still love my wife, and I believe she still loves me, and we're the best of friends. But the sparkle's gone out of the champagne glass, and we've just decided that we want to do our own thing. Right? Fair enough. I want to live in Thailand. She wants to live with my daughter here. So with that in mind, I thought to myself, okay, well, you know, I'm making a bit of money on YouTube now. I've got some money coming in from some rental properties. The mortgage is nearly paid on here. I'll keep a small, I don't want to talk about my personal details and tell you exactly how much, but I'm giving her about 80% of what this house is valued. Why? Am I a mug? No, I'm not a mug. I just feel like I want to look after her, right? I could say, right, you're only entitled to half. So there's your half. Here's my half. I don't want to do that. You know, she's been a great wife. She's been a great mother. She's been, I can't fault her. Probably if there's any fault, it's me. So I want to leave them in a nice position, right? So when I get on the aircraft, I can look back and think, well, I did the right thing because I am a decent guy. I don't want to, it sounds like they're Samaritans now, does it? I'm just answering your question or just responding to the comment. You know, I'm a decent sort of guy, and I just don't want to stitch anybody up, and I just think they deserve it. Why not? Right. Someone feels sorry for me now. Look, they give me a super chat. Yeah, I've got no money. Right. No, I'm only joking. Right. Peter, that's the second time you did it. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. I appreciate the effort and hard work that Peter puts into his live streams, which I find entertaining, hence the occasionally money contribution I provide to support the channel. Yeah, you do, Peter, and I do appreciate it. Hang on. Let me get a bigger bowl to catch it all. I'm only joking. You know, people, I hate that term, you know, e-beggar. Somebody told me once they were watching a live stream and some guy said, he was on there and he said, right, well, that's it for me. I could go on a bit longer, but I'm getting bored now. But if you send me a load of super chats, I'll stay on for another half an hour. If I was watching his stream, I would have phoned him, go on, off you go. You know, crazy. But Peter, thank you. Thank you. Right. Only in Thailand. Right, here we go. Right. A Thai girl, I'm going back and forth with the comments, so I might miss yours. Sorry, guys. A Thai girl I knew said her brother fell off his new motorbike and is now in hospital, and I don't know what to do. I said, sell his motorbike because he does not know how to ride it. Absolutely. Brilliant. Right. What I'm going to have to do, have we got anybody in the stream? 270 people. Brilliant. Brilliant. Right. What I'll do, I'll carry on if you can put up with me. I've got to do this, guys, really. You're still there? All right. Yeah, by the way, Hard Tulip, if you're still out there, don't feel bad. I wasn't having a go at you. And, you know, I mean, I do understand it was a joke, okay? But I was just outside there looking at how wonderful the daisies have bloomed. And I was thinking to myself about what I had told, my story to everybody out there. And actually, what's really weird, it wasn't unusual back then. You know, it was kind of like a lot of people were in my boat. You know, they had to support their families. I suppose a little bit like the bar girls, right? You know, but Hard Tulip, you've been in here a long time. I appreciate it. I know you weren't being funny, so don't, you know, don't get kind of like, oh, what did I say? It's no problem whatsoever. Absolutely not. Right. I know I'm going to have a problem with Paul Hoskin now. What's he say? No, this Gemini star. Paul Hoskin. There's plenty of monks in Thailand. Okay, I'm not even going to go there. Matthew, you're still around. Right, 4-hour stream. Time to get. you're a card, aren't you, Mike? Matthew? No, we're not. We're not going for 4 hours. We will have a little sip on the old amber nectar, though. Right, Wes. Peter, as we are the same age, I remember the 70s financially much harder and wise than it is now. Yeah, what was saying, Wes, I was going to go into a big, let me just get this microphone sorted out. I was going to go into a big thing about, you know, we didn't have double glazing, we didn't have internet, we didn't have phones and everything. And I stopped myself because I didn't want to sound like, you know, oh, when I was young, it was really hard, it was really tough. I can't sort this mic out. There we go, that'll do. Christ almighty, as Damon would say. Right, but it was tougher, wasn't it? I mean, nobody had mobile phones, nobody had internet. We had single pane. I mean, it's warm and it's hot in Australia. Here it's cold. You know, we had single pane windows. I remember my when I was very, very young, my mother filling up the bath because we weren't going to have any drinking water because the pipes were going to freeze out. I mean, how was disgusting is that, drinking out the bath? But that's just how it was. Right. Right, Deke the trucker says, Peter, stop trying to please a minority. Yes, you're a better man than we. No, I mean, look, I'm not, Deke. You know, I'm going to say it again. You know, the guy who left the comment, he's a decent guy. He's okay. He wasn't criticizing me. He was joking. But I'm kind of a bit defensive. You know, if somebody thinks I've got a silver spoon up my backside, I kind of jump at it. Hang on, my TV is going to go off. Will I catch it? Oh, come on. Yeah, I caught it. What happens, because it's on this TV, I can see what you're seeing. This is YouTube. That's what you see, right? And because it's just sitting dormant, it goes off. But I did catch it. Right. Okay. Right. Let me take that off. Let me change these lovely Hooters ladies, and let me get on one of my favorites. There we go. Right. Okay. The one on this one looks. Hang on. No. Same as me. Right. Okay. I'm totally lost where I am on the comments now. Ivan says, I'm going to have to fertilize the lawn very soon. Yeah. My daisies are spectacular. Best in the neighborhood. Right. Matthew. Right. We've done that one. So I know where I am now. Okay. Guns and plebs. Do you guys like the world back in the 70s or as it is now? I'm only 18. Really? You're 18? I'm only 18, so didn't get to experience the golden days. Well, I'm actually shocked at that, Guns and Plebs. I'm glad to have you in the stream, but I'm actually shocked because my youngest daughter is 21, and for you to actually, and you've been in the stream all night, so for you to be here and be interested in this stream, you know, we're kind of older guys in here. There's a few girls coming. We had Sheila in. She's gone now. She's actually got a girlfriend in Thailand. Sheila has. Nice girl though. But yeah, Guns and Plebs. You know, do you guys think the world back in the 70s? 18. I'm shocked at that. So let me answer your question. I would say this. I would say definitely we are more comfortable now. Life is a lot more easier. But I would say things were a lot more sincere in the 70s, if that makes sense. But good to have you in, mate. Good to have you in. 18. Well done. Right. Paul Hoskin. I met. What's he going to say now? I met a monk on top of an extinct volcano in Kalasan once. He lived there. All right. Okay. Only in Thailand. When I was young, we did not have any matches to light our fires. How did you light them then? Paul Shackleton. We're going down the old days now, aren't we? I've opened up a can of worms now. How long have we been going? Give it a few more minutes. Right. Right. Paul Shackleton says, I was third of 4 kids, shared the bathwater. Haha. You're joking, but we did do that. I remember, you know, I mean, when I was very, very young, or we're into this now. I didn't want to go down this road, but you guys, you know, you're obviously into it now, so let's go there, right? But I remember my mother running a bath, and I remember we had a pecking order. You know, first was my older brother, who wasn't my real brother, but he was my older brother, and then it was me because I was in the middle. Then it was oh no, I'll tell a lie. Sorry, I'm talking before my father passed away. I must have been about 7. So Dad got in the bath water. Then it was my older brother. Then it was me. Then it was my sister, younger sister. And then my mother. How disgusting. but you felt clean when you came out. Stephen, Peter, you have to see the four. Yeah, I know it off by heart. It's brilliant. You have to see the 4 Yorkshiremen sketch on YouTube when you get a minute. Very apt to what you're talking about. Right, Stephen, let me tell you about the 4 Yorkshiremen. I first seen that when I was about 12 years old and 15 years old and 18 years old. I mean, it's a classic, yeah. Luxury. Right, believe me now. Right, Wes again. Lots of contribution tonight, Wes. I remember growing up in prefab concrete house, freezing in winter, like a furnace in summer. You should watch my my video on Grafton Underwood American Airfield, a Second World War airfield, because I talk about those living conditions. Plug. Right, Bernie. Let's see what Bernie's saying here. Great stream, Peter. I'm your age and have been traveling to Thailand on business and vacation since 1997. Should any subscribers who have the budget are in doubt of going there, they should not miss the opportunity. Absolutely, Bernie. Absolutely. But what you've got to remember when you do your budget, try to factor everything in, because where I see people go wrong, they work out, okay, my rent's going to be this, I'm going to eat this much, I'll take 2 girls a week, blah, blah, blah. But what they don't factor into it is, if you're on a retirement visa, you need to pay for that. You need to factor in your emergency air ticket if one of your family members, God forbid, passes away. There's so many things that you've got to think kind of outside the box. And that's a cliche, but you really do. Right. Tommy and Guy again. Okay. Right. Okay, you're talking to someone else by the looks of it. Okay. Right. Eugene Vincent. Hi, Peter. You can get some nice shoes around your neck of the woods. Well, Northamptonshire is actually famous for shoemaking. You know that everything's made in China now. If you don't know, I at the moment I'm living in Northamptonshire in the very exciting town of Kettering. And what Kettering and Northampton was famous for before everything came from Chinese was making shoes. A lot of the big shoe factories have all been converted into apartment buildings now. But you're absolutely right. And Dr. Martens, DMs, Dr. Martens, they're actually, we've still got factories here that make them. And do you know what? I hate to say this, and it's true, they're not as good as what the Chinese make. The DMs, the Dr. Martens, they're originally an English product. They have a factory in China that produces them. And if you ever buy Dr. Martens or DMs for short, if you want to know where they made, and I know a lot of guys are going to check their cupboards out now because I'm going to give you some good information now. If you own a pair of Dr. Martin airwear, what do they call it? Airwear, the soles are air. If you own a pair of Dr. Martin or DMs and you want to know where they made in the UK or where they made in China, I'll tell you how you find out. The yellow stitching around the outside? If they were made in the UK, the stitching is very uneven all around. If they were made in China, it's perfect stitching around the outside, perfect spacing, dead straight. What does that say about industry in the UK? Right. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, nice one. I get it. You're joking now. Really good. I could tell you like 1,000 jokes that you like. What's on screen now? Bendover says, when I grew up in the 60s, we were so poor, even the rainbow was in black and white. There's Bernard Manning did a really good sketch like this. It was like, counselor, I want to complain about my roof. What's wrong with it? We want one. It really, really good stuff. Or we were so poor, we used to take the smoke out in buckets. We didn't have a chimney. There's lots of them, really good stuff. Right. Okay. Hard Tulip says, can't stand the UK class system and the Royals. Wow, you're having a real good dig tonight, Hard Tulip. I was sticking up for you earlier. I made this big speech about how you're a nice guy, you're a regular, and you're really sticking the boot in tonight. Right, okay. Can't stand the UK class system. Have we got one? I don't know about any class system, and you can't stand the Royals. Well, I'm not a royalist, but I will say this: I totally, and if I haven't said it, totally respect the Queen. She's she's a head of state. Whatever you want to think about her, she's been there a long time. In the Second World War, she drove an ambulance. She had her uniform on, and I totally support her. But I'm really surprised about you saying about you can't stand the UK class system. We don't really have that anymore. Maybe you're thinking of India. They still have one, I think. Right, Nick. Have you been to the famous shoe museum in your neck of the woods? Yeah, it is. I believe it's in Earthling Borough. Yes. Mark Hanley grew up in the. I'm really shocked that Hard Tulip's coming out with this stuff because he's a regular. Right, Mark Hanley grew up in the 70s. Bionic Woman and Donna Summers were my posters with stains on. Wow, too much information there, Mark. Do you remember the Hulk? Didn't they have some crappy TV shows in the 70s? Do you remember Crossroads? Sandy in his wheelchair? Meg Richardson slamming the doors and the whole set moved. Really crap. Right. Right, Ivan, bend over. I just got your name. There is actually a famous YouTube channel. I mentioned this before, but I'm sure he knows what I'm talking about. There's a guy called Bendover. He's got a channel called Pleasant Green. I'm actually subscribed to it, and what he does, he's one of these scam. He explains what a scam is, you know, and most of them are in Nigeria or Ghana or whatever. And he's got software where he can find out where they are, and he calls himself Bendover, and that's a good channel. Right. Can you still get the boots, knickers in UK with the red or green dot on the bottom? Remember wearing in the snow as a child? I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Right, guys, I think that's about it. We've gone for 3 hours now. I said I wouldn't do 4 hours. We've still got 269 in. Not a bad stream. I screwed up on the Ladyboy competition again, didn't I? Just before I go, let me see if I've missed anything. I'm not going to do Damien again. I've done it 3 times.
Spare me my life. Spare me my life. Spare me my life. Spare me my life.
Right, I'll get some new ones of those next week. Lovely girls. Yeah, guys, I think we're out of here. Thanks very much for joining me tonight. There'll be some stories tomorrow. Don't forget to check out the last one with the old pictures of Patia. Until then, what can I say? Thank you. Thank you very much.